Logan is in as an extra offensive lineman along with 3 tight ends. Snap back, handoff, and Victor Dela Cruz is going to power his way into the end zone. Tejas driving back. He fires over the middle. It's caught by Garcia, but he's going to be dragged down. Great coverage and back to receive around his own 20. This punt is a shame. Was it blocked? It was tipped and picked up, and now Grapevine's going to return it up the sideline. He's got room. He is going to take this into the house. It is number 27 for Grapevine. Drew Nelson, the junior defensive back. The punt was blocked. It went past the line of scrimmage. Mustangs are going to go for this, staying in the same formation. Snap back, hand off to Dela Cruz, and he's into the end zone for the touchdown. Sammy Kelly picks it up the middle, and he is going to take it all the way to the house. Sammy Kelly took the push kick, caught it at about the 21-yard line, snap back. Strong fires out, bubble screen out to the far side, caught up in there by Phillips at midfield, and then wrapped up and brought back, and the ball's been ripped out. It's been ripped out of the hands.
This should be Grapevine football. Let's see.
I believe it is. It's number 5.
The ball's on the field. Mustangs have her covered. Mustangs have her covered, and that is number 11, Layton Way, in the right place.
And it's going to be He's got a man. He's got him in. Parker. Oh! He makes the grab. He's into the open field at the 30, the 20, the 10. Touchdown, Grapevine! He's going to be stopped short, and it's into the end zone for the touchdown.
And Tradio. This is Grapevine Mustangs football, presented by Champion Sports Radio and Tradio.
The Grapevine Mustangs are on Champion Sports Radio and Tradio. This broadcast of the Grapevine Colleyville Independent School District is sponsored by 121 Community Church, Chip Mercer Dentistry, Classic Chevrolet, Bottle Cap Alley, Prosperity Bank, ER of Texas, and Hotel Vin. Also brought to you by Energy Attic, Greenleaf Roofing, Whirly Ball, Living for Zachary, Lone Star Gridiron, and the Greater Dallas Youth Orchestra. Grapevine Mustangs football is a presentation of Champion Sports Radio and Tradio. You can find Champion Sports Radio online at on Twitter at Champion Sports, on Facebook.com/Champion Sports Radio, on Instagram at Champion Sports Radio, and online anytime at ChampionSportsRadio.com. Welcome to the Hotel Vin pregame show, and welcome to the 2022 high school football season. My name is Jacob Dedamore. I am here once again with my broadcast partner, Tim Smith, and we are coming to you live from Toyota Stadium in Frisco, Texas, home of Major League Soccer's FC Dallas, home of the National Soccer Hall of Fame, and also for about the last 7-8 years, the home of the NCAA FCS National Championship game. Tim, welcome back for another season of Grapevine Mustangs football.
Appreciate it, Jacob. So happy to be here. And you're right. This stadium is beautiful. What a great way to start off week one in Texas high school football.
It's going to be a good time tonight. What we have is a matchup for you tonight between your Grapevine Mustangs and the Wakeland Wolverines out of Frisco ISD. Frisco has a lot of schools. For those of you who don't know, they're a school district that wants to keep their schools smaller, so they've got a lot of them. In fact, Wakeland High School is about 5 minutes from here at Frisco Stadium. This is a gorgeous setting. Again, this is typically the home of FC Dallas, so you have a beautifully manicured grass field tonight for some nice football. We gotten a break in the weather from the excruciating heat we had this summer. Got a bunch of rain, too much rain if you ask some people, earlier in the week, and the temperatures, while warm, are not unpleasant. We've got a breeze tonight, and Tim, it should be a lot of fun this evening.
Texas is amazing, isn't it? Just a few days ago, we had 2 or 3 of our major highways completely flooded underwater, and here tonight, like you say, perfect night, a few clouds in the sky. We're in the mid-80s, nice and cool for the kids down there. The lights are on. I think we're ready to go.
We're going to be bringing you our interview with head coach Mike Alexander here in the next segment. We're also going to be debuting a new segment here on the pregame. It's going to be Tim's takes. It's going to be Tim's thoughts on whatever happens to come to his mind when it relates to Grapevine Mustangs football. We're going to have that for you later. But right now, we're going to take our first break of the pregame show. And when we come back, we're going to have my interview with Grapevine Mustangs head coach Mike Alexander. There have been a lot of changes in this offseason, including what you're going to see offensively tonight. We're going to get into that. And we're going to just kind of bring you back and get you back into the groove of things for Grapevine Mustangs football. We'll be back in just a moment. You are listening to the Hotel Vin pregame show, and you're watching the Hotel Vin pregame show, and you are watching Grapevine Mustangs football presented by Champion Sports Radio and Tradio.
Hey, Mustang fans, have you been meaning to get to the dentist and it just keeps getting pushed back to the list for tomorrow? Well, today, let me introduce you to Dr. Chip Mercer in Fielder Park Dental, where they're creating and restoring beautiful smiles. They're a full-service dental office that provides everything from your basic dental cleanings to more advanced care like implants and Invisalign orthodontics. Online at fielderparkdental.com or call 817-275-4817 for an appointment. Conveniently located in North Arlington, Dr. Mercer's a proud Mustang dad. Fielderparkdental.com or call 817-275-4817.
Bottle Cap Alley is a place where hot food meets a cool vibe for big-time fun. We're the stomping grounds for friends and family to gather and enjoy themselves. Here, everybody is somebody. We take great pride in our food and the people we serve. So whether you're here to watch the game or just popping in for a quick bite, we're always happy to see you.
Welcome back to Toyota Stadium in Frisco, Texas, as we're getting ready for the matchup tonight between your Grapevine Mustangs and the Wakeland Wolverines. Jacob Dedamore here along with Tim Smith, and pregame is getting going now. And what I'm going to do now is we're going to go to my conversation. A couple of days ago, I got the chance to speak with Grapevine head coach Mike Alexander, and we discussed a lot of the changes that you're going to be seeing tonight for the Mustangs this coming season.
Jacob Dedamore here, and I'm joined right now by Grapevine head coach Mike Alexander. Mike, always fun to get the start of a new season. The Mustangs this year have had a lot of changes this offseason, and let's start off with the change in both offensive style and offensive philosophy that you decided to implement in the offseason coming into this fall. Talk to us a little bit about what your thinking was and what we're going to see this year offensively for the Mustangs.
Yeah, thanks, Jake. It's good to be with you. You know, leaving that playoff game against Lubbock Cooper last year, I just really felt strong that for us to go as far as we can go in the playoffs, we were going to need to make a few changes, just a little bit more to play to the strengths of our team currently. You know, high school football in the Metroplex has really kind of turned into very similar to the NFL. You know, most people are doing pretty much the same stuff. we're all running the same formations, the same plays. And because of that, everybody kind of knows how to defend it. So it just really kind of started to turn into kind of who has the better players. And I feel like we were leaving a lot of opportunities on the table when it came to being a little more creative, making defenses do something and defend things that they don't normally do. I mean, let's take a page out of the playbook from Liberty Hill last year. You know, Liberty Hill's running a system offense, but they don't have athlete for athlete that many teams that they play throughout the playoffs do. But because of the style of play that they do, it really puts pressure on the defense in 1 week to come up with a game plan that most defensive coordinators aren't familiar with how to stop. And
for those who aren't familiar, Liberty Hill is one of the schools out of Central Texas, a 5A school, and they made it to the state championship this year. And for a long time, they have run a variation of a wing T triple option.
That's right. And not only the coaching staffs that you're facing, but the players. I mean, goodness, these high school players, there's only a certain amount of time in the day that they can devote to football. And so I felt like from a coaching standpoint, I need to be doing things that puts pressure on our opponents to either really dive in and spend the time that's necessary to prepare for the style of offense that we're about to run, or be very simple. And if we can force the defense to be very simple and basic, then that also plays into our favor. And what we're doing is pretty simple. You know, we're running a lot of the same stuff that we did last year. We're just doing it with an opportunity to read the backside of it and get the ball on the perimeter and force defenses to account for the running back, the quarterback, and the pitch player. And we were blessed to have Coach DeBest on our staff already, had run this offense at the collegiate level for years. And so we pulled the trigger and put Coach DeBest in charge of it, and he's doing a great job, and we're learning. And we're not where we want to be tonight, but we're going to get there, and it's going to be fun to watch the progression over the next month and see how efficient we can get at this.
You brought up Coach DeBest because obviously with a change in offense many times comes in with a change in who's going to be calling the plays and running that offense. And luckily Coach DeBest is already on staff. For those who don't know about Coach DeBest, what does he bring to the table?
Well, he brings about 30 years of collegiate experience, most of it at the FBS level. Coach DeBest's resume is crazy. He started out at TCU, Minnesota, Purdue, Texas A&M. Most recently, he's been the offensive coordinator at Sam Houston State, University of New Mexico, and Georgia Southern. So it's been fun to have him on staff. I've learned more of offensive football in the last, 6 months than I've learned in my first 23 years coaching. So it's been exciting. We're blessed to have him, and he always has a plan, and he always has answers for what we're seeing defensively.
Well, and unfortunately, one other change that had to be made offensively was due to an injury. For those who don't know, Colt Mercer injured his knee during spring practice back at the end of April, and so that forced a change at the starting quarterback position. You're going to have Evan Baum, who did get some playing time last year, starting tonight. You're also going to be working in Harrison Hackbarth. Talk about what those two kids bring to the table in trying to replace Colt.
Yeah, both Evan and Harrison have done a tremendous job in learning the offense, number one. And it's a hard transition. We went from having a lot of one-word calls, being no huddle, to them having to learn a lot of different formations, a lot of different personnel groupings, traditional snap count, calling the play in the huddle. And it was an adjustment for them, but they've really locked in, and they're getting better each week. We'll need to play two quarterbacks, especially in this style of offense, with the quarterback carrying the football as much as we will be. They're going to take some shots here and there, and so you need to have two guys ready to go. But they're doing a great job. They're getting better every week, and we just can't wait to see, how this unfolds. I anticipate both of them playing quite a bit throughout the year. Evan will get the start, but we'll expect to see Harrison in pretty quick.
As you've gotten into fall camp, you have a lot of experience, especially on the offensive side of the ball, but you've had a couple of young guys, freshmen to be specific, that have not only earned their way onto the varsity, but have earned their way onto the two-deep roster. You've got offensive lineman number 55, Hunter Caudill, and linebacker number 49, Tatum Evans. Tell us a little bit about these two young men and kind of how they've basically kind of exploded their way onto your scene.
Well, they were on our radar, back in May when we were working with some of our rising ninth graders, and we knew they were going to be good players. But it wasn't until late summer where I started to think, man, there's a chance these guys may be, in our two deep on the varsity. So we just kept evaluating it. We actually had them go through fall camp with our varsity instead of with their other freshmen so we could compare apples to apples. And it was pretty obvious after about a week of padded practice that these guys definitely belong on the varsity team and can help us win. And so this is my 24th year coaching. I've never, not one time ever, had a freshman at the 5A, 6A level that we have put on the varsity from day one. But these two kids are special. They have a lot of God-given ability, but their mental focus and their maturity is what's put them over the top and allowed them that opportunity for sure.
All right, Coach, we appreciate you taking the time out, and good luck in the season opener tonight.
All right, thanks, Jacob.
Those are the thoughts of Grapevine head coach Mike Alexander as we get ready for their season opener against the Wakeland Wolverines. When we come back, it'll be the first ever edition of Tim's Takes. You are watching the Hotel Den pregame show, and you're watching Grapevine Mustangs football presented by Champion Sports Radio and Tradio.
At 121, we love our Mustang football, and we also love our students. We're so excited for an opportunity to come alongside parents and schools as we shape the next generation of leaders.
And we love to welcome you and your whole family on a Sunday morning and your students to join us on a Wednesday night.
Our students have fun while learning to love God through His Word and also love others through selfless service.
All right, enough about what we can do for you. Let's get back to the game. Go Mustangs!
Everything.
As you'll see, projections for the next quarter are...
He shoots, he scores! 2 points for team middle management. The office is not one of them.
Jack, can I see you in my office?
No pouting, it's your ball. Let's see what you got.
But Whirly Ball is. For corporate events, team building, and private parties, Whirly Ball in Hearst and Plano is electric fun. Test your skills on the arcade games. Zip around in your Whirly Bug for a Whirly Ball competition. Or play the most affordable laser tag in the city. Learn more at whirlyball.info.
It is time for the first ever edition of Tim's Takes. Here's my broadcast partner, Tim Smith.
Well, thank you, Jacob. And, you know, with the new season starting, there's always going to be things to look out for. And tonight, there's a few areas that I'd like to focus on. And Coach Alexander really touched on some of them. We have a new offensive coordinator, a new quarterback, a new offensive scheme, a new look O-line, and then we're going to have a little bit of intricacies on the defense this year that we didn't have a year ago. So let's get started with Coach Bob DeBess, who, as we know, came from the college ranks. He's bringing in that triple option offense. Yes, he was here a year ago with the wide receivers, so he knows this team. And I'll tell you what, the kids are more than excited. I got a chance to speak with Colt Mercer on the field before the game, and he said that they are more than ready to go, excellently prepared, and he's excited to see the quarterback that's going to start tonight, senior number 9, Evan Baum. We know that he's been called on with the injury, and so last year with limited duty, 12 of 16 with 2 touchdowns, so you have to think he's more than ready to play the game. He's got that field experience, and he's a decent runner. We're also going to see the junior quarterback, Harrison Hackbarth. So we watched them at practice the other day. They were both fairly sharp in the rain, no less, so really excited to see what those two are going to bring to the table tonight. Now, we talked about the offensive line. The Beckwith brothers, who anchored the line last season, are off to K-State. Of course, Big Beckwith brother is playing on the O-line, and little brother is playing fullback, if everybody didn't know. But the Mustangs this year are going to rely on their seniors on the offensive line, all except one freshman, which is going to be right guard, number 55, Hunter Cadill. Excited to see how he is able to adapt as a freshman playing at the varsity level. Replacing the Beckwith brothers will be number 74, Max Livingston, and number 75, Garrick Moorhead. Rounding out our offensive line is going to be number 71, Travis Mason, and number 73, Captain Sion. And it's important to note, he's been going through some injury this week with his lower back. Didn't practice much of the week, but he is going to start tonight, so we're really excited to see him on the field. Now let's talk about the defense real quick. 8 of 11 defensive players are returning as seniors in the starting lineup this year. I look for senior number 25, Hunter Lasher, to have a big impact in what they call their freak position. I also look for the 2 senior linebackers, number 11, Latham Way, and number 33, Tyler Mears, to have huge impacts as they did a year ago, and they really will lead this defense from the middle linebacker spot. we're going to see a little bit of 3-man and 4-man front this year, and we might see it tonight that we haven't seen in the past, so that's exciting. Jacob, it's high school football in Texas. It's week 1, and these are my takes for tonight's game.
Thank you very much, Tim. And speaking of Sio, and he is the focus of this week's injury report brought to you by ER of Texas. Sio was dealing with some back soreness earlier this week, but we've been told he is going to try and play tonight and see if he can gut it out this evening, starting at that center position. When we come back, we're going to get you ready for the kickoff and the start of tonight's game. You are watching, first you're watching the Hotel Vin pregame show, and you are also watching Grapevine Mustangs football presented by Champion Sports Radio and Tradio.
It's sundown in Texas, and the Mustangs are herding up.
This is Mustang football.
Sunset in Texas. This is Mustang football. Sun's down in Texas, living it up in the fall.
This is Mustang football.
The lights are heating up now.
This is Mustang football. This is Mustang football.
Welcome back to Toyota Stadium in Frisco, Texas. Jacob Dedamore here along with Tim Smith. The Mustangs have just made their entrance onto the field. They did the Mustang walk through the inflatable Mustang head, and right now the Wakeland Wolverines are now coming onto the field for tonight's ball game as we get you ready to go here for this season opener. And right now, as we talked about Tim's takes, let's go ahead and give you the starting lineups for both teams this evening. Well, yeah, actually, we're going to wait. We're going to wait till the coin toss. That's a good point. Thank you very much, Trey. We haven't seen the coin toss yet, so we don't know who's starting on what. So, as we finish up here on the Hotel Vin pregame show tonight, you know, you talked about in Tim's takes, you know, the change in philosophy offensively. We did go out to practice earlier this week, got to see some of that. It's going to be kind of a, you know, it's triple option action, but it's going to be kind of spreading you out, a lot of motion, some misdirection as they try to make the defense be honest and make some guesses as to what they're going to be doing on each position, each play.
Yeah, as we watch this, it's not going to exactly be like what we see from the service academies. We're looking more at like what Georgia Tech does. Coastal Carolina has been extremely successful with this over the last couple of years. So look for it to be very dynamic, a lot of different formations and a lot of different motions to catch the defense off guard and make them play more basic, as Coach said earlier.
for tonight. The captains are meeting at midfield, and tonight, number 73, Cy Owen, number 4, Parker Polk, number 27, Drew Nelson, and your other captain is number 11, Latham Way for the Mustangs. For the Wolverines of Wakeland, number 32, Barrett Kennedy is one of your captains. Number 1, Donovan Woolen. Number 9, the starting quarterback, Brennan Meyer. And also down there as the 4th captain is number 76, 79, Connor Stroh. Connor Stroh, of course, one thing we haven't mentioned yet with this Wakeland team, we know for sure they have 2 Division I commits. And it's going to be the left tackle, Connor Stroh, the big 4-star. He's committed to Texas. You also have the starting tight end for this group, number 85 on offense, Trip Riordan, the tight end. He's committed to go play here locally at SMU. So a couple of good, strong players on offense for the Wakeland Wolverines.
Certainly going to see some great football on the field tonight. You talked about captain number 4, Parker Pope. Boy, is he about to explode in this option offense.
And right now we're going to take you down to the field for tonight's national anthem.
Interscholastic competition is a long-standing tradition at Texas High School. It provides high school students the ability to work together as part of a team and the opportunity to set and achieve goals and to learn the value of fair play and sportsmanship. At Wakeland High School and Grapevine High School, we cherish these values. In recognition of the hard work and dedication of tonight's participants, including the players, coaches, trainers, band and drill team members, and cheerleaders, we ask that you all join us in a moment of silence in which everyone can indicate their support to the young people involved in tonight's contest. Ladies and gentlemen, please rise and remove your hats in honor of your playing of our national anthem.
Excellent job by the Wakeland High School marching band on the national anthem. Crowd still filling in. There was a nice big accident at the Dallas North Tollway and 121 intersection, which I'm sure is delaying some people getting here into the stadium tonight. But it's going to be a lovely evening here. If you've never been to Toyota Stadium, it's a great facility. It's perfect for not only high school or FCS football, great for soccer as well. The field is sunk down into the ground, so it's not at ground level, it's down in. So the wind really won't be much of a factor tonight. Even though the wind is kind of blowing across the field towards us from east to west, I don't see it being a huge factor.
That grass feels like a green, if you know what I mean.
Yeah, feels like a golf course down there.
Absolutely. I was down there. I touched it. I almost wanted to just lay and kind of curl up and cuddle on it like a little baby and go to sleep.
And we're going to get you ready for the starting lineups here in just a moment. The Grapevine Mustangs will be kicking off, so they will be starting on defense. Number 30, Hayden Rhodes, the junior kicker, is going to line it up from the 40-yard line. And back deep to receive is number 11, Campbell Martin, the junior wideout, and number 5, Ashton Kahooch, the junior wideout. And we are just about ready to go here at Toyota Stadium.
Keep in mind, Rhodes is very athletic.
Going with the pooch kick tonight. It's caught at about the 23-yard line, up the middle to the 30, and brought down at around the 33-yard line. Nice tackle that time for Grapevine, made by number 29, Brady Boozer, who was in on the stop. So let's get you started on the defense. for the Grapevine Mustangs. We'll start with the look up front, the 3-2 format. You've got Leighton Towery at one end, number 19. You have Ben Williams, number 96, at one defensive tackle. Number 35, Tristan Sneed at the other defensive end. Dalton Knapp at one defensive end. Number 41, your two linebackers. Number 11, Latham Way, and number 33, Tyler Mears, and we're ready to go. Snap back, handoff. Coming out over the left side over Big Connor Strode. Makes his man miss up to the 40, up out to over the 45 to the 46, 47-yard line. A nice start that time as the handoff was to number 4, Cooper Snyder, the junior running back. Here's the rest of that starting lineup for you. At your two cornerback spots, number 8, Richmond Webb, number 3, C.J. Holmes at your freak position, number 25, Hunter Lasher, the captain, Drew Nelson, number 27 at your bandit, and your rover is number 6, Major Hecht. 1st and 10 at the 46 of Wakeland. Snap is back. Pass out to the right side. Caught across midfield and brought down right there as Webb makes a nice open field tackle on number 16, Hayden O'Neill, the senior wide receiver.
Just a really nice throw there. Just a catch and throw on the out route. Perfect timing, perfect pass.
Latham Way is your impact player to watch. Last year, 38 tackles, 6 for loss. On the defensive side at linebacker, snap back on 2nd and 3, handoff, and going to be a loss in the backfield. Is coming in that time to make a great play is Dalton Knapp, number 41, the sophomore, getting into the backfield and dropping the running back, number 4, Cooper Snyder, for a loss of about 2 yards back at the 49.
Yeah, he really scraped on that well and stood right into the hole and made a really great tackle. Not great tackling on the first play from the defense, a little first game jitters maybe, but that time a solid tackle for the loss.
Going to see primarily 11 personnel out of the Wakeland Wolverines. We'll give you their starting lineup on offense here in just a moment. 3rd and 5 from the Grapevine 49-yard line. Snap is back. Pass over the middle, and that pass is intercepted.
What a great break.
That was number 6, the rover, Major Hecht, the junior, stepping in front of the SMU commit, Trip Riordan, and picking off the pass at the Grapevine 48-yard line.
I'll tell you what, he came back, the quarterback does, for the Wolverines. He hesitates a little bit, he pumps, and then that allows the Grapevine defense to read it and pick off the ball. What a great play early in this game.
Major Hecht with the first turnover of the season, and here comes the Grapevine offense, the new look offense with Evan Baum starting at quarterback, number 9. He is joined in the backfield by C.J. Holmes and Parker Polk. In the shotgun formation, receiver in motion, snap back, handoff to Polk, trying to go over the left side across midfield, trying to bust through, going to get stood up at about the 49-yard line of Wakeland for about a 3-yard gain. Your starters this week, we talked about Evan Baum, the senior, getting his first start at quarterback. The senior Parker Polk to do everything. Athlete at running back. At the other running back position is C.J. Holmes. Your starting wide receivers, the junior, number 17, Sammy Kelly. The senior, number 7, Caden Cook. And in the slot, number 21, Rondale Carradine. We'll give you the offensive line. The big uns here in just a moment. 2nd and 7 now for Grapevine from the 49-yard line of Wakeland. Handoff this time. It's to Dela Cruz coming around the left side. Stepping through tackles, getting across the 45, fighting for yardage down to the 44. Nice hard run, the kind of thing we saw last year from number 5, Victor Dela Cruz, who's going to see a lot of carries as well with Parker Polk this year, and that was a nice strong run for a gain of 5.
Certainly, with the injury to Tejada last year, we had to see these other running backs step up, right? I absolutely love the way they're running the ball. Hard-nosed football is what we're seeing out of Grapevine early on.
That run from Dela Cruz sets up a 3rd and short, 3rd and 2 from the Wolverine 44-yard line. In the offset pistol formation, handoff up the middle to Dela Cruz. He's going to get the first down inside the 40, down to the 39. Dela Cruz is not big in stature, but he is big in heart, and he runs hard when he gets that ball, and he just powers his way through. Dela Cruz, for a kid that is only listed at 5'9", 170, he runs hard.
Well, he runs hard, and he makes a little jump cut in the middle of all that mess, right? He kind of hurdles over a few players and gets himself an extra couple of yards. This has been fantastic work, and the O-line is really pushing that defensive line.
Let's give you that starting offensive line. It's senior laden with one big exception. Your two tackles, number 71, Travis Mason, number 74, Max Livingston. Get the rest in a moment. Snap back, play action. Baum fires one up the sideline, and that is incomplete. Almost intercepted, threw that a little hard. Actually, they're going to say it was an interception. Wow. Or no, a catch. Wow. What an incredible catch. Amazing. That time. A tip drill catch by number 22, Brady Wagner. who went up and made a fantastic grab on a ball that was had a little too much air under it, was a little bit overthrown. It was tipped by the defensive back and then picked off, or we thought it was incomplete, but Wagner.
We're going to have a conversation.
Well, they're discussing it now. The referees are.
Yeah, Baum sits back. He has the wheel open. He threw it a little too
much air. Yeah.
Had he thrown it back shoulder, it would have been an easy completion.
Well, now they've changed their mind.
Sure
They're going to say incomplete. I think another referee saw the ball hit the ground, and so they waved it off. So it's going to be an incomplete pass, but still great effort that time. Great effort that time by Brady Wagner. The rest of the offensive line, your two starting guards, the senior number 65, Garrett Moorhead, and the true freshman, number 55, Hunter Caudill, who is making his first start, a true freshman starting on the offensive line for Grapevine. And he, of course, is going to be next to the senior starting center, the signal caller, number 73, Cy Owen. So 2nd and 10 now after that incompletion. We're going to go shotgun split back here for this 2nd and 10 play from the Wolverine 39. Now Polk goes in motion. Little swing pass out to Parker Polk. Got some room. Makes a man miss at the 40. Down to the 35. And then he's going to get stood up by the Wakeland defense. Tried a little bubble screen out to the, almost a naked screen really, out to the near side. Gets about 4 yards, sets up 3rd and 6.
Well, I really like the play. They motion Parker out. They realize no one comes with them in the motion, so they're in a zone. They go ahead and throw it to him. The wide receivers on that play have to make a better block downfield because that would have got them a few extra yards, but I really like the design on that play. I'm sure it's going to set up something for deeper later in the game.
Now we've got a 3rd and medium, I would say, 3rd and 6 at the Wakeland 35-yard line. Full house backfield, snap back, option play. It's going to be a pitch out, caught by Polk inside the 30. He's got room inside the 25, the 20, down to the 10, and knocked out of bounds. Great job that time by Baum, not only with the fake to the full, but to the initial back up the middle out of the full house set. A great pitch, made the defender commit and pitched it out to Polk for great yardage all the way down to the Wakeland 8.
To run this offense as a quarterback, you have to be able to read very quickly and make quick decisions. He sees that the defensive end comes down when he looks to hand off to the fullback, so he keeps it himself, makes a perfect pitch to Parker Polk, and Parker does the rest.
Gain of 27 yards sets up 1st and goal at the Wolverine 8-yard line. This time, more of an 11 personnel look with only Polk in the backfield. Carradine comes in motion. Snap back handoff to Polk. Up the middle in trying to break tackles. He's going to get stood up after about a gain of 2 at the 6-yard line. Nice job that time from the Wakeland defense kind of collapsing that hole. Looked like there was a hole there for a minute and then it just closed.
It did look like that. I like the orbit motion. As we said, there's going to be a lot of different looks tonight. That's something we haven't seen yet.
Yeah. You're going to see a lot of motion, especially out of the slot. That was Rondell Carradine, the senior, who came in motion that time.
And you can do so much out of that. You can throw out of it. You can throw swing passes.
That can become your pitch man.
You can option. You can hit so many things.
Offset pistol formation here. Snap back handoff to Delacruz. No, never mind. Baum fakes it, keeps it, and walks it into the corral. Touchdown, Mustangs. A beautiful fake, and that's going to happen to us too with this offense. A beautiful fake by Evan Baum, pulling it out of the gut of Victor Delacruz and walking into the end zone for the touchdown.
Yeah, he sure fooled you, didn't he, Jacob?
He did.
I'll tell you what made that fake so well was he had his head down, he put his front shoulder down to make it look like the handoff, and made a fantastic read and walked in the end zone.
He pulled the ball out of the gut of Delacruz so late. Delacruz had got halfway spun because he pulled it out so late.
He sure did. Amazing.
It was a great fake. Job. Lining up for the extra point is number 30, Hayden Rhodes. The kick is up, and the kick is good. So the Mustangs capitalize on the turnover and put it into the end zone for their first touchdown of the season. It is 7-0 Grapevine. You're watching Grapevine Mustangs football presented by Champion Sports Radio and Tradio.
By our promise to provide banking services our customers need with the excellent customer service they deserve, today and into the future. That's our Prosperity Bank promise.
At 121, we love our Mustang football, and we also love our students. We're so excited for an opportunity to come alongside parents and schools as we shape the next generation of leaders.
And we love to welcome you and your whole family on a Sunday morning and your students to join us on a Wednesday night.
Our students have fun while learning to love God through His Word and also love others through selfless service.
All right, enough about what we can do for you. Let's get back to the game. Go Mustangs!
Back here at Toyota Stadium, the Mustangs cash in on the interception from Major Hecht and drive it 52 yards for a score with the last 6 on a beautiful fake and a quarterback run by Evan Baum. The kick from Hunter Rhodes is another high short pooch, caught at about the 12-yard line, up the middle to the 20, breaking to the outside, and there's going to be some room up to the 30, 35, 40, up to near midfield before finally being brought down. A great return that time by number 5, Ashton Cahooch, the junior defensive back and wide receiver, as he made a couple of men miss. Was going up the middle, broke it to the outside, and got it all the way out to the Wakeland 49-yard line. That's about a 37-yard return.
And you saw a smart block there by the Wakeland Wolverines with the guy running down on the edge with his hands up in the air. Such a smart way to block, but not block in the back and just kind of be in the way. So that was a good return.
Second possession for the Wolverines. This one starting near midfield. 11 personnel, single back, shotgun, snap back. Quarterback getting flushed to his right, and now he's going to lob it over the top and just off the outstretched fingertips of the running back, number 4, Cooper Snyder. As Brendan Meyer had time initially, the starting quarterback, just couldn't find anybody, then got flushed to his right, and that pass just a little too high for the running back trying on the safety valve.
You know, he showed great poise and patience on that particular play. He even started to direct traffic, told his receiver to go upfield a little bit, and then he just kind of overthrew it just a tad.
Brendan Meyer, the junior, the starting quarterback, he's a returning starter on this offense. 2nd and 10 now at the Wolverine 49. Snap back, play action, pass over the middle, and that is caught. What a great diving one-handed grab by number 16, the senior Hayden O'Neill. Full extension, got one paw on it and just pulled it in on a great grab down to the Grapevine 34.
That is a heck of a catch, and great job by the quarterback to protect his receiver on that one. If that one's thrown up at his chest, he's going to get lit up by the safety back there.
Gain of 17 yards, 1st and 10 now at the Mustang 34-yard line. Again, twins right, single receiver left. Man in motion, snap back. It's going to be a little end around, little pop pass really that time is what that was. That was to number 5, Ashton Cahooch, as he goes around the left end outside of big Connor Stroh, the Texas commit. Gets all the way down to the 30-yard line before he's brought down. Gain of 4 as Major Hecht made the tackle that time.
Yeah, good job by Hecht coming down from the safety spot to make that tackle on an ankle, basically, is what he was able to grab there.
2nd and 6 as the Wolverines are moving the ball. Mustangs showing blitz here. Snap back, handoff, nope, play action. Another pass over the middle, and that is intercepted again. That time the pass was picked off. I think that was number 3, C.J. Holmes. Yes, it was. Stepped right in front of the receiver, and just like on the first interception, a little hesitation by the starting quarterback, Brendan Meyer, cost him because he pump faked a little bit, and that allowed Holmes time to cut in front of the receiver and get the interception.
2 mistakes on that play by the quarterback, Meyer. 1, he did pump fake over the middle and then come right back to it. 2, he threw that ball off his back foot. That's going to be trouble every time.
2 possessions, 2 interceptions for the Grapevine defense, and they start now 1st and 10 at their own 19-yard line. Shotgun split back set here. Snap is back, handoff for Dela Cruz up the middle, breaking tackles like he likes to do, just running with power on that 170-pound frame and just driving the pile forward all the way to the 27-yard line for a gain of 8.
It took 5 guys to take Victor Dela Cruz to the ground. This guy is a freight train running through there.
This Wakeland defense runs a similar formation to Grapevine. Their base is a 3-3-5 setup. You're with the senior 81 Tyson Dingwall at one end, the junior Tyson Dingwall, junior Christian Spear, number 65 at nose, and number 27 Thomas Newbecker, the senior, the other defensive end. Snap is back, handoff this time. This is for Parker Polk, getting through the hole. He's going to get a 1st down across the 30, out to the 31 as Polk just kind of burrowed his way through that hole right there.
Took 4 guys to take down Parker Polk. I mean, these running backs are coming in here ready to carry the load, and I'll tell you what, if the Wolverines don't start to stack this line, it's going to be a long night for that 3-man front.
Rest of the defense for the Wolverines, your 3 starting linebackers, senior number 32 Barrett Kennedy, the strong side, the middle, the junior Thomas Jelinek at the number 34, and number 7 senior Ty Gleason at the weak side. Snap back, handoff this time on the fullback dive, and not much doing. Is a nice job that time penetrating and making the tackle by I believe that was number 32, Barrett Kennedy, who came in and made the tackle right at the line of scrimmage, as it looked like he took down number 24, DeMontrez Dunn, on that little dive play.
Yeah, he might have wanted to keep that one there. He gave it up, and not sure that was quite the right decision.
These are the things we're going to see. They got to get used to real-time speed decision-making on that option. So 2nd and 10 now after the nice tackle by Barrett Kennedy. Snap back, play action. This time Baum looking to throw downfield, not find anybody, rolling to his right. Now he's got room to run, just tucks it, goes up and steps out of bounds near the 40-yard line. Going to get a gain of 7 out to the 39. Nice job by Baum right there. Had plenty of time to throw. Didn't find anybody. It cleared out on the right side, so he just took what the defense gave him.
No, that's a good decision. If they're going to go ahead and drop deep on the receivers that are running that away, then go ahead and take off and get the yards that you can and get out of bounds, protect yourself.
Gave him a gain of 8 out to the 39. Sets up a 3rd and 2 now. The secondary at Rover, senior number 21, Colby Perkis. Your 2 starting cornerbacks, junior number 1, Donovan Woolen, and senior number 16, Hayden O'Neill. Your 2 starting safeties, number 12, Steele Littlejohn, coolest name on their roster, the senior, and number 11, junior Campbell Martin. Snap back. Baum keeps it. It's got plenty of room to roam. Up to the 45 to midfield. Still going inside the 40, and finally gets brought down out of bounds around the Wakeland 30 by number 12, Steele Littlejohn, who I was just talking about, the safety. But again, Baum with a great job of reading the end on the end of the line, pulling that ball out, and had plenty of room. Gets down to the 31-yard line. That's a 30-yard run for Evan Baum.
That time he makes the right decision. The pitch man's covered, so he keeps it. And let me tell you, number 21, Rondell Carradine, made a heck of a block downfield to get him an extra 15 yards.
Mustangs moving the ball 1st and 10 at the Wolverine 31. Pistol formation here. Carradine comes in motion, snap back, hand off to Polk, up the middle, got room inside the 25, inside the 20, the 10, the 5, and walking it into the corral. Touchdown, Mustangs.
Parker Polk does it again. He doesn't disappoint. We knew he was going to get in the end zone. He got there 9 times a year ago. Parker Polk, ladies and gentlemen, touchdown.
The offensive line doing the job up front. They gave him just a little bit of a sliver of space. As soon as he saw it, he accelerated right through it and went in nearly untouched for the score.
Speed, baby, speed.
Number 30, Hayden Rhodes, lining up for the extra points. Snap is back, hold is down, kick is up, and the kick is good. So, with 3:48 to go here in the first quarter, the Mustangs now have a 2-touchdown lead. It's 14-0 Grapevine. You are watching Grapevine Mustangs football, presented by Champion Sports Radio and Tradio.
Living in North Texas provides all of us with an amazing quality of life, including an affordable cost of living, outstanding schools, unbelievable cultural opportunities, and the best sports around. But we also have to put up with severe storms. Hi folks, Champion Sports Radio President and Founder Thomas Lee here to tell you when a hail or windstorm comes through your neighborhood, do what we did and call Greenleaf Roofing. Greenleaf Roofing is a fully insured, locally owned and operated company built on the values of amazing craftsmanship, affordable options, and innovative solutions. And they are proud that those values still stand as a foundation for their business today. And did I mention Greenleaf Roofing has 24-hour emergency service available? It's nice to know Greenleaf Roofing will be there in a hurry if you need them. After the first experience, I became a customer for life and have used them on 3 different homes. But don't just take my word for it. Learn about the Greenleaf Roofing difference yourself by calling them at 9.
Hayden Rhodes lining it up. This time he gets his leg into it. Line drive kick. It's going to hit and roll just inside the pylon into the end zone for the touchback. That time, they, after the return last time, got rid of the pooch kick, and Rhodes does a good job of angling it and getting into the end zone for the touchback. Outside of that one kickoff return after the first touchdown, this has been about as perfect a start as the Mustangs could have hoped for. 2 possessions on defense, 2 interceptions, 2 possessions on offense, 2 touchdowns.
Yeah, Coach Alexander said that they weren't going to be where they want to be yet, but I'll tell you, they look really good, so I'm excited to see where they're headed.
So the Mustang defense back out on the field as the Wolverines take over their worst starting field position so far, their own 25-yard line after the touchback. Single back set, 3 wide, snap back, handoff up the middle. Kind of picking his way forward that time is number 4, Cooper Snyder, the junior tailback. He's brought down after about 2.5, 3 yards that time, as he kind of got stacked up as he was trying to pick his way through the hole.
Yeah, nice patient running to try to get through there, but really good pursuit by the Grapevine defense to come in and make that tackle.
Linebackers and closing on him as he got across the line of scrimmage. 2nd and about 7 at the 28-yard line. Wakeland stays in that 11 personnel, 3 wide formation, 2 right, single receiver left, snap back, looking to throw over the middle. Pass is caught. Nice tackle break by Riordan. He's getting across the 40, and wow, look at the power of Trip Riordan, the tight end, the SMU commit. You can see why he's going to be playing D1 next level. Made a great catch and then broke about 4 tackles before he was finally brought down at about midfield, a gain of 22 yards and a first down.
Yeah, I mean, he was left open in the middle for whatever reason, and really great catch and run by that tight end. You can see why he's headed to SMU.
1st and 10 at midfield now for the Wolverines. They've moved the ball the first 2 possessions, but then turned it over. Snap back handoff. Nice job that time avoiding a loss is the running back Cooper Snyder, but he got stacked up by Major Heck as soon as he got to the line of scrimmage. I mean, again, great job just avoiding a loss that time, but then just gets hit right at the line by Heck for no gain.
Well, Lathan Way, what we saw him do a lot last year, he comes in through the line like a torpedo, but he needs to settle down a little bit, get his feet under him, and break down and make that tackle. But good play by the running back as well.
Nice job by his teammates to help clean that up.
Absolutely.
2nd and 10 now at midfield. 2 receivers right, single receiver left. Shotgun snap back. Handoff once again to Cooper, coming around the left side around big Connor Stroh, and does a nice job of just pushing the pile forward that time as Cooper Snyder really shows some power that time, gets a gain of 6 down to the 44.
So obviously Stroh is not the tight end that just catches passes. He is also a blocker because he was handling business on the way downfield that time.
Trip Riordan, the big tight end, and then the big left tackle, the Texas commit, Connor Stroh, they were both on the same side of that running play.
Just fantastic work by the 2 of them.
3rd down and 4 now for the Wolverine offense at the Mustang 44-yard line, 1:29 and counting to go here in the first quarter. Mustangs leading by a score of 14-0. 2 receivers right, single receiver left. Shotgun snap back, handoff up the middle, and nowhere going that time. Latham Way shot the gap, penetrated, and dropped the running back Cooper Snyder right at the line of scrimmage for no gain.
That's more like what we're seeing out of Latham Way, a good form tackle. No one usually gets away from him. Great job to get in there and make that play. And that's what they're going to need to do. They're going to need to slow down that run game and force them to throw the ball.
And the Wolverines are going to go ahead and go for this. They're a little bit in no man's land at the Grapevine 44 here. 4th down and 4 yards to go. And the Wolverines are going to go for it. Shotgun snap back. Rolling to his right is Meyer. He's going to fire it deep up the sideline, and that ball is incomplete. Great job that time of recovery that time. I believe that was number 8 Redmond Webb came in and helped break up that pass. He had a man. It was number 16 Hayden O'Neill on the corner route towards the sideline. The pass was on point, but just a great job by Webb to break it up.
Yeah, not a lot of room there on the sideline. I really thought he could have ran for the 4 yards, to be honest with you.
But
hey,
he saw the open man.
He saw the open man. He took a shot. Can't begrudge him that. Great play by the defense to recover and break up that play.
The receiver was open. The pass was there. Just a better play by the defender, Redmond Webb, and he breaks it up. 3 possessions and now 3 turnovers as you get a turnover on downs. 1st and 10 for Grapevine at their own 44. Full house look here out of the shotgun. Snap back, handoff. It's going to be to Dela Cruz, and he has no room. Great job that time by the Wolverine defense to read that and come up and make the play. That time it was on defense, it was number 11, the strong safety Campbell Martin, who came up and just wrapped up Dela Cruz behind the line of scrimmage.
What you don't want to see if you're Grapevine is to see Dela Cruz going east and west. He's really a north and south type runner. When he gets going sideways, that's not really his ball game. So good job by the defense to string that play along.
Yep, that was just a fantastic job by that time by Martin, the junior safety. Drops Dela Cruz for a loss, and that play is actually going to bring us to the end of the first quarter. Well, it's gone about as well as you could hope if you're a Grapevine Mustangs fan. Three defensive possessions, 2 interceptions, and a turnover on downs, 2 offensive possessions, and 2 scores. We are going to go now to the second quarter. It is Grapevine 14, Wakeland nothing. You are watching Grapevine Mustangs football presented by Champion Sports Radio and Tradio.
Lean in to the values that got you here. They don't change, no matter the storm, no matter the trouble. It's why we keep service affordable. like AC service, only $59.95. Or our oil change package, only $64.95. That's pricing true to Texas. It's the right way. This is Texas. This is classic. Classic Chevrolet. Relax and enjoy the difference.
At 121, we love our Mustang football, and we also love our students. We're so excited for an opportunity to come alongside parents and schools as we shape the next generation of leaders.
And we love to welcome you.
Back here for the start of the second quarter, the Mustangs have the ball, 2nd and 12 at their own 42-yard line. Snap it back, hand off to Polk. He's got room up the middle, breaking across the field. He's got room. He's inside the 40, makes a man miss, still on his feet, inside the 30, dancing back to the middle, and finally going to get brought down inside the 25. Parker Polk with a fantastic run. First, give credit to the O-line for collapsing the left side, and then Polk just making guys miss, putting on moves.
Parker Polk is never going to disappoint. He shows a little Barry Sanders when he gets to the outside, making a man miss with a quick jitterbug move. Love watching that kid run.
On 2nd and 12 at the 42, Parker Polk goes off for 29 yards. Sets up 1st and 10 at the Wakeland 24-yard line. This time with a 3-wide set, single back, Delacruz in the backfield. Carradine comes in motion, snap, handoff to Delacruz, up the middle, got room, and now he's getting inside the 20, down to about the 16, and a late flag comes in. We'll see what this is for. But there you talked about it. Delacruz is a north-south runner, and that's how he's effective. You saw it right there.
Yeah, that's what we like to see. He hits the hole fast, but we're going to have a holding penalty, I think.
Yeah, we got a hold, and I think it was on the backside of the play, and it might have been the freshman that time getting a hold. Number 55, Hunter Caudill, I think may have been the guy who had the grab. You mentioned there was one slight change up front. Right now, starting at left guard tonight, and been in there the whole game, is number 52, Alex Hogan. He has been the starter at left guard instead of Garrett Moorhead. Not sure the reason for that, but Hogan has been listed as the backup at right guard, but he's starting at left guard tonight. That time, I believe it was Caudill, the freshman, who got snagged.
Could be. That's where the flag was kind of thrown in that area, right?
It was a downfield hold, so it ends up being about a 7-yard penalty. 1st and 10 at the 31. Snap back. Baum looking to throw. He's going to fire it up, and it's caught inside the 15, 10, 5, touchdown. Rondale Carradine walks it into the corral. Touchdown, Grapevine, and what a great catch by Rondale Carradine, who went up and used his body to keep the defender off of him on a throw from Baum, where he saw the man open and again put a little, maybe do a little short, but a great job by Carradine.
Well, Carradine runs the sluggo route. What is that? It's a little slant and up look. He leaves the corner. Really good throw there by Evan Baum to get the ball there before the safety can make a play. He makes the ball. He makes the catch, breaks the tackle, stumbles into the end zone. But hey, 3 touchdowns back to back to back.
31 yards on the catch and run from Baum to Carradine. Snap back. The extra point from Rhodes is up, and it is good. 11:28 to go in the first half. The Mustangs have scored on all 3 possessions here in this game. They lead the Wakeland Wolverines by a score of 21-0. You're watching Grapevine Mustangs football, presented by Champion Sports Radio and Tradio.
So I think one of the most important parts of dentistry is the patient education and the emphasis on preventive care. And I think our office, along with all of our hygienists, do a really great job in the patient care and patient education. We can fix problems all day long, but if the patient doesn't know what's causing those problems, then we're not giving them the tools to fix them. And so that's one of our main goals here at Fielder Park.
For 13 straight years. This national distinction. Prosperity Bank. Real bankers, not just a bank.
Hayden Rhodes lining it up to kick things off. This time he kicks a line drive. It's going to be caught at about the 6-yard line. Up to the 15, to the 20. 25 and out to the 30. Nice run back that time by number 11, the junior Campbell Martin is that's been the one big positive tonight is on special teams for Wakeland has been their kick return. That time he gets about a 27-yard return out to the 31. Just give me 25-yard return.
Yeah, other than that, they've turned the ball over basically 3 times with the 2 interceptions, and then the 4 and out, so to speak, is what I consider a turnover. So this Grapevine defense needs to keep up the intensity.
That last touchdown drive was a 56-yard touchdown drive, the last 31 of which coming on the pass from Baum to Carradine, and the Wolverines now down a big hole starting this possession at their own 31-yard line. Receiver coming in motion, snap back, it's going to be a handoff to the tailback up the middle and just nowhere to go as Latham Way, once again, the senior linebacker fills the hole and just stones Cooper Snyder at the line of scrimmage.
Well, what we saw there was the Wolverines run a little bit of a similar type of play that what we've seen from the Mustangs, and I'll tell you what, Latham Way says, I've seen this in practice for 4 months. You're not going to fool me. No problem.
They're going to give Snyder forward progress back to the line of scrimmage, 2nd and 10 now for the Wolverines at their own 31-yard line. Staying in that 11 personnel, snap back, Meyer looking to throw, getting flushed. Now he's going to heave one deep, has a man, and that ball is caught, flag down as the receiver stumbles. He's inside the 10, the 5, and let's see what the call is, touchdown.
That's a heck of a play, a heck of a throw.
Number 2, the junior Ben Patterson with the grab. We'll see what the flag is.
It may be coming back. We may have a push-off, which would make me understand.
They called defensive holding on Grapevine that time, so that'll be declined. I tell you what, great job that time, and good patience by Meyer. That time he was about to throw, saw his receiver break open, pulled up and heaved it down the field. A great running catch by the receiver, number 2, Ben Patterson. Almost lost his footing, but was able to gather himself and dive and get to the pylon. And a huge play that was really much needed if you're a Wolverine fan.
They needed that to stay in this one, or it was going to get ugly fast.
Snap is down, the extra point is up, and it is good as the kicker for the Wolverines is number 38, Jonathan Tripodi. I'm hoping I'm saying his name right. We do have a penalty, offsides on the Mustangs on the kick, so they'll decline that. But the Wolverines strike back, and they strike back in big fashion with the 69-yard nice touchdown grab that time from the quarterback, Brennan Meyer, to number 2, Ben Patterson. 10:29 to go here in the second quarter. We'll keep it right here. Energy Attic helps improve your home climate control, reducing those cold and hot pockets, making it more comfortable throughout, and saving you up to 40% on your energy bill. Schedule your free Energy Attic audit online at energyattic.com. Energy Attic, attic solutions to transform your life. Well, the Mustang defense, Jacob Dedamore here along with Tim Smith at Toyota Stadium in Frisco. The Grapevine defense had really been doing a good job while the Wolverine offense was moving the ball a little bit. They were forcing turnovers. That time they connected in a big way as Patterson got behind the defense and Meyer found him for a 69-yard catch and run.
Yeah, just a great throw there, and they've been threatening, right? They've been moving the ball. They've had a couple of mistakes, and maybe some of that is first game jitters. They have a really good quarterback there.
He's a junior, but he's a returning starter.
I was watching him in pregame, and he looked fantastic to me. He looked poised and ready to go. And, a couple of mistakes early in this one, but maybe he's catching his stride now, and this game could get a little bit more competitive.
We'll see. Yeah, the Grapevine offense is going to need to answer back now after that score. As Tripodi, the kicker, Jonathan Tripodi, boots this one high, a little bit short. It's going to be caught at the 5-yard line. Little reverse handoff to Polk. Coming around the right side up to the 15, the 20, trying to make men miss. Gets his way out to about the 22-yard line as they tried a little trickery that time, as it was caught by C.J. Holmes, and he handed off to Polk trying a little reverse action. That's almost one of those, you maybe spread them out a little more and delay the handoff just an extra half second, see if you can get the defense to commit.
Yeah, the handoff was pretty quick, and it allowed the defense to just kind of stay in their lanes, or the kickoff team rather stay in their lanes. They did a good job of containment on that one, so not a whole lot of area to go to there for Parker.
So the Mustangs will start with 10:22 to go in the first half. Their own 22-yard line, leading 21-7. Split back shotgun look this time on first down. Carradine coming in motion, snap back, handoff to Polk, and he's got room to run up to the 30. Actually, that's Delacruz, excuse me. Dela Cruz just lowering his shoulder and just powering his way up to the 30-yard line for a gain of 8 on first down.
The work there that side Owen and I believe it's number 52, isn't it? Hogan, the work that they did on that play to open up that hole for Dela Cruz, he just walked through it and then he finishes the run like he's supposed to.
Nice gain on first down to start this drive for the Mustangs. And this new system that they're running. This is what Coach Alexander wants. He wants ball control. Now they come out in a power I formation out of the shotgun. Power pistol, I guess you could call it.
It's something.
3 running backs stacked behind Baum. Snap back, handoff, up the middle to, nope, never mind. Polk has the ball around the right hand across the 40. They fooled me again that time. I thought he gave the ball to Dela Cruz on the fullback dive, but he got it out to Polk, and Polk went around the right side all the way across the 40 to the 45-yard line for a gain of 15 and a first down.
Really nice design on that play there. He does fake it through. He doesn't give the ball, and then we don't even see the option. He's so smooth with it from up here. So love to see Parker Polk getting involved in this offense.
Well, and that's what those formations and those fakes can do. It gets the defense to have to commit one way or another. They're staying with 3 in the backfield, kind of a diamond formation out of the pistol this time. 1st and 10 at the 45-yard line after the 15-yard run by Polk. Snap back to Baum. This time he gives the ball to C.J. Holmes, and he's got room to run. He's in the open field, inside the 30,
he's
the
gone.
20, the 10, and he's just short. He got tripped up at the last second. That was, I believe, on the tackle. That was number 12, the free safety, Steele Littlejohn. We do have a flag back at the 25-yard, 23-yard line. Oh, what a run by Holmes. I thought he was going to score, but I think Steele John got a shoelace or something and just tripped up C.J. Holmes.
He dove from looked like the numbers and was able to trip him up there, and that's unfortunate. Maybe I jinxed him by saying he was going a little too early.
I thought he was going to score too. I thought he was going to walk that into the end zone. We have an unsportsmanlike conduct penalty. This is an after the play call. It was all the way down to the 1-yard line. It was a 54-yard run by C.J. Holmes. But an after the play unsportsmanlike is going to bring it back to the 16-yard line. Not sure exactly what the call was. They're saying it's a sideline interference, so somebody got in the coach's box and bumped into the official, I guess.
Where's the get-back coach?
Yeah, need the get-back coach.
Let's go, guys.
The official's running down the field. You can't knock it. You can't get in his way. And so that brings it back, makes it 1st and 10, and now the whistles come again, and we're going to have a timeout here by the Mustangs, and we'll take it with them. 8:41 to go in the first half. 21-7 Grapevine. You're watching Grapevine Mustangs football presented by Champion Sports Radio and Tradio.
Hey, Mustang fans, have you been meaning to get to the dentist and it just keeps getting pushed back to the list for tomorrow? Well, today, let me introduce you to Dr. Chip Mercer in Fielder Park Dental, where they're creating and restoring beautiful smiles. They're a full-service dental office that provides everything from your basic dental cleanings to more advanced care like implants and Invisalign orthodontics. Online at fielderparkdental.com or call 817-275-4817 for an appointment. Conveniently located in North Arlington, Dr. Mercer's a proud Mustang dad. Fielderparkdental.com or call 817-275-4817.
Back here at Toyota Stadium in Frisco, Jacob Dedamore here along with my broadcast partner Tim Smith. The Mustangs have the ball 1st and 10 at the Wakeland 16-yard line after the 54-yard run by C.J. Holmes, but then the unsportsmanlike conduct penalty for sideline interference with the official makes it 1st and 10 at the 16 now for the Mustangs as they try to get their lead back up to 3 scores. Pistol formation. Carradine comes in motion. Snap back, handoff to Dela Cruz, trying to bounce it off right guard, and not much room there. Going to get about 2 yards before he is brought down. That time is coming up to make the tackles, number 32, the senior Barrett Kennedy. As just not much room there for Dela Cruz to do much work.
Not a lot there. They really collapsed down on him that time. Now we'll see what they do here. Red zone offense. They haven't been down here a whole bunch. They've been scoring from a little bit farther out.
They've had one possession get in the red zone, and they punched it in from there. Going back to that power pistol formation with 3 running backs lined up behind Baum in a power I look. Motion, snap, and it's going to be kept by Baum inside the 10, the 5, touchdown! as he walks it into the corral, but here comes a late flag, and we might have a holding penalty that's going to wipe this touchdown, and that is going to be the call, as it looks like they're going to get number 22 for the Mustangs, Brady Wagner, as it looked like he tackled one of the defenders around the 5-yard line. So looked like Baum had his second touchdown of the night, but still going to be first down because it looks like they're going to mark it off from the 5, so that still should make it first down from the 15. Well, nope, check that. They're going to mark it back. It's going to be second down. So 10-yard penalty ends up being a 1-yard penalty. Makes it 2nd and 9 now.
That's a shame. A really good read.
Yeah.
And again, you know, they're trying to contain Baum, but they're just not having much luck with it there with their linebackers. Baum is able to run away.
So 2nd and 9 after the penalty. Snap back. And pitch out to Carradine. No, not Carradine. Inside the 10, down to the 5. It's going to be a first down. At that time, the pitch man was number 24, DeMontrez Dunn, as he faked it to Parker Polk on the inside handoff, and the speed option pitch that time to DeMontrez Dunn gets it down to the 5-yard line. So a gain of 10 and a 1st and goal now for the Mustangs.
And it looked like Dunn would be taken down immediately, but he made a nice little move and hit that.
Just a little sidestep is all it was. It was real subtle.
Nice little move there.
Mustangs trying to punch it in again and make it 4 for 4. 7:27 to go here in the first half. 1st and goal for the Mustangs at the 5-yard line. Offset pistol formation, snap back. It's going to be a handoff to Polk, trying to find room, but not much there. He's going to get maybe a yard before he gets brought down right across the line of scrimmage. Multiple defenders on the tackle, including the nose guard, number 65, Christian Spear, the junior, as that hole got closed real quickly around Polk.
Senior Side Owen made a heck of a block. He had a pancake with some extra syrup on the side on that one.
Little trap action up front.
Yes, he sure
on
did.
the interior line. 2nd and goal now at the 4. Caden Cook now switching, going from the left to the right. They're going to set up 2 receivers on the right side now. Snap is back. Handoff. Going around the left side and walking it into the corral for the touchdown is number 3. He gets his touchdown. C.J. Holmes punches it in, and he kind of earned it after that long run that set it up. But now C.J. Holmes is on the board.
Yeah, I absolutely love when the running back gets a long run and then you reward them with a touchdown a few plays later. So great job by the coaching staff. Great call. Coach DeBest is really doing his thing tonight, isn't he?
Yeah, and the Mustangs answer that 69-yard touchdown pass by the Wolverines and put their lead back up to 3 scores. Hayden Rhodes lining it up for the extra point. Snap is back, kick is up, and the kick is good. 6:47 to go in the first half. Mustangs back up by 3 scores. It's 28-7 Grapevine. You are watching Grapevine Mustangs football, presented by Champion Sports Radio and Tradio.
Hey guys, this is Jose with Infinity Solar. Today we're out here in McKinney, Texas. 48 panels, 18.24 kilowatts, which yearly they're gonna get a total production of 20,664 kilowatts. That's more production than they need, so the electrical company will be able to give them credit for some of that energy that they're gonna be saving. Today we have the SealFab panel. It's a US manufactured, comes with a 30-year warranty, some of the best warranty in the industry right now. A job this size usually takes companies 2 days to complete. We're gonna knock it out in 1 day. So that works great for our customers. That way they don't have to worry about taking 2 days off from work. They just have to take 1 day, maybe even half a day off their job. So we'll get this customer up and going, ready for the city inspection, and get them up and going with their system.
Hayden Rhodes lining up the kickoff from the 40-yard line. Gets his foot into this one. Another nice high deep kick, going to be caught at the 2, up to the 10, 15, up to the 20, dancing around up to the 25 and out to the 28, 29-yard line. Another solid return that time, as it was number 5 that time for the Wolverines, Ashton Cahooch. the defensive back and wide receiver. It's been the one real consistent positive is they're getting good yardage in the return game tonight. That time, great kick by Rhodes, by the way, and kind of outkicked the coverage, I guess, a little bit, but nice 26-yard return out to the 28, 1st and 10. Wakeland's
been really good on that kickoff return team of making their blocks and setting their wedge up. So as long as they keep doing that, they'll keep getting good returns.
1st and 10 for the Wolverines. Back down 3 scores, 28-7. Grapevine leads. Single back, offset to the right side. Snap back, handoff, coming around the left side, up to the 35 and into the open field. Look out. Into the 40, the 30, the 20, to the 10, the 5, and touchdown.
Great effort by the defense to try to keep him out of the end zone, but
Drew Nelson
was not going to be stopped.
Drew Nelson did all he could to try and catch him, but Cooper Snyder got into the open field and had nothing but green grass in front of him. And the Wolverines strike right back with another big play, a 72-yard run from Cooper Snyder as that one was keyed by the big 4-star Texas commit, Connor Stroh, left tackle. That's where he ran around. He went around the left side behind big Connor Stroh and found open grass, and nobody could catch number 4, Cooper Snyder.
Yeah, they gave Grapevine a taste of their own medicine there.
Yep.
With a run right down the middle.
Snap is back, the kick is up, and the kick by number 38, Jonathan Tripodi, is good. And just like that, we're back to a 2-score game, and it's 28-14 with 6:26 to go in the first half. The next time you need any roof work done, call Greenleaf Roofing at 972-379-9109 or go online to greenleaf-roofing.com. Greenleaf Roofing is DFW's preferred roofing company, and they're the preferred roofing company of Champion Sports Radio. Family owned and operated, Greenleaf Roofing is your #1 choice for all your roofing needs: residential, multifamily, commercial, storm restoration. They do it all, and they have a ton of lifelong customers. Find out why and get a free quote by visiting greenleaf-roofing.com. So not everything is perfect now, as the Grapevine defense has got some things they need to shore up. They were giving up some yards in the first quarter, but they were turning the Wolverines over. And now the last 2 times they've gotten burned for big plays to allow the Wolverines to stay in this ballgame.
Yeah, they were really able to control the run game early on, and now we've had that big run come up the middle. And Jacob, we got ourselves a little bit of a barn burner for week 1.
Yeah, we got a ball game for sure. Now the good thing for the Mustangs is they have yet to be stopped on offense. But a couple things to shore up on defense, and the one positive, I guess you could say, is those 2 quick scores doesn't give the Wakeland defense much time to get any rest.
They sure don't, and if Grapevine can continue to control the game the way they are, you would think that would give them the edge.
The kickoff is away. It's going to be caught at about the 1-yard line. Again, this time they fake the reverse as Carradine takes it up the middle to the 15, bounces off his own man, and he's going to get stacked up at about the 19, 20-yard line. Carradine might have had a little sliver of room there, but he ran into one of his own teammates and then got brought down after, we'll call it a 19-yard return out to the 21-yard line. That time Carradine faked the little reverse handoff to Parker Pope.
This Wakeland special teams has been really impressive. Maybe
been very solid.
Impressive part about their team thus far is they're very disciplined. They do what they do very, very well, both on returns and kickoff.
One thing we didn't mention in the pregame, but we'll talk about it now, is that this Wakeland defense has 9 new starters from last year's team that went to the regional semifinals in 5A Division I. 1st and 10 for the Mustangs at their own 20. Split back shotgun set here. Snap is back to Baum. Play action. Baum looking to throw. Fires it out to the right side. It's caught up to the 25-30 and brought down across the 30-yard line as the catch is made by number 18 senior Hank Miller, his first grab of the season, out to the 32 for a gain of 12 and a first down.
Yeah, just a real nice timing throw. Just a little out route by number 18 there, Hank Miller, and a really nice on-target throw to give him a chance to run after the catch.
Yeah, very nice job there by Baum to put it right out in front of him. Now they come out 1st and 10 in that power pistol formation. With 3 running backs behind Baum. Snap is back. Play action. Baum keeps it. He's got some room coming across the 35 and out to about the 36. It'll be a gain of about 4. Nice job that time staying with it by number 32, the senior linebacker, Barrett Kennedy. Looked like Baum had more room than he did. Kennedy did a good job of not collapsing and allowed him to get out to Baum and make the tackle.
And you notice the attention that Parker got whenever he went out to get that pitch relationship. There was no way we were going to get the pitch to him on that. He's starting to grab more attention, which means some other guys are going to have to start stepping up.
2nd and 6 now for the Mustangs at their own 36-yard line. Shotgun split back set this time. And timeout is called, and it looks like the Wolverines want to talk about this, so we'll take it with them. 5:04 to go in the first half. Grapevine 28, Wakeland 14. You are watching Grapevine Mustangs football, presented by Champion Sports Radio and Tradio.
For 13 straight years, Forbes.com has named Prosperity as one of America's best banks. To Prosperity's customers and employees, thank you for helping us maintain this national distinction. Prosperity Bank, real bankers, not just a bank.
Back here in Frisco, Texas at Toyota Stadium, Jacob Dedamore here along with Tim Smith as we get ready to come out of the timeout here. Also, thank you to our team here from Tradio putting this video broadcast together as Trey Bell heading up that production crew. Mustangs back out on the field now after the defensive timeout from the Wolverines. 2nd and 6 at their own 36-yard line. Shotgun split back set. 2 receivers right, single receiver left, snap back, speed option this time. Baum this time's just going to keep it. Got some room around the right side up to the 40, 45, and steps out of bounds right around midfield. Great job by everybody. Running backs, wide receivers, everyone getting the blocks, and Baum just had a lane all the way out to near midfield. They're going to say he stepped out at the 47, so it'd be a gain of 11, but it's still a first down.
I'll tell you what, Wakeland's going to have to get a spy on Evan Baum. He is starting to have his way with his legs out there. They're putting so much attention to Parker and Dela Cruz that they're forgetting about Baum, and he's having his way.
Baum is not the fastest guy you've ever seen, but he's willing to take that ball and go. 1st and 10 at the 47. This time, a diamond formation out of the pistol with the 3 running backs back there. Snap back. This time it's going to be another keep by Baum. He's going to cut it inside, get to about midfield. Again, does a good job of covering up. Dela Cruz was the pitch man that time, and Baum just read the guy, took what was there. Not a huge gain, but a solid gain of 3 yards out to midfield.
Yeah, he had Travis Mason out in front of him, making a little block on 32. 32 just did a really good job of breaking down, scraping off that block to make the tackle.
Yeah, Barrett Kennedy has made some nice plays here in the second quarter for the Wolverine defense. Nice job, closing some lanes down on some of these running plays.
Sure has.
2nd and 7 now for the Mustangs, right at midfield as we're down to 4:20 to go here in the first half. This time they're going to go with a complete spread formation, snap back, pass out, caught at around the 45-46 of Wakeland. They're going to mark it down at the 46 that time, as it was Rondell Carradine making the grab on the quick out of the slot. Gain of 4, sets up a 3rd and short.
Nice job by Baum there. You notice he didn't put it out in front. He kind of stuck the ball in between 2 defenders that time. That's where it had to be to have the completion and have a chance for success. I imagine they're going to try to take as much time off the clock here as they can,
Definitely.
Jacob.
What we're seeing here, we're not seeing, the other thing we're seeing with this offense, we're not seeing tempo like we saw last year from Grapevine.
Very methodical.
3rd down and 3 at the Wolverine 46. Snap back. It's going to be a keep by Baum. He pulls it out. He's got plenty of room inside the 35. He's going to take this all the way into the corral.
Wow.
Evan Baum goes the distance. 46 yards.
Are you serious? Look, that time he had no inclination to pitch the ball. He faked it. He tucked it initially and took off. Way to go, Evan.
He saw that lane open up because the defenders committed to the pitch man. He saw that lane open up and just accelerated up the field. His 2nd touchdown of the night on the ground. And once again, the Mustangs answer back. They are a perfect 5 for 5 tonight on offensive possessions. 5 possessions, 5 touchdowns. Hayden Rhodes lining it up with Tate Scarborough holding. Snap is back, the kick is up, and that kick is good. 3:27 to go here in the first half. Mustangs back up by 3 touchdowns. It's 35-14 Grapevine. You're watching Grapevine Mustangs football presented by Champion Sports Radio and Tradio.
Hey, Mustang fans, have you been meaning to get to the dentist and it just keeps getting pushed back to the list for tomorrow? Well, today, let me introduce you to Dr. Chip Mercer in Fielder Park Dental, where they're creating and restoring beautiful smiles. They're a full-service dental office that provides everything from your basic dental cleanings to more advanced care like implants and Invisalign orthodontics. Online at fielderparkdental.com or call 817-275-4817 for an appointment. Conveniently located in North Arlington, Dr. Mercer's a proud Mustang dad. Fielderparkdental.com or call 817-275-4817.
For the 5th time tonight on 5 offensive possessions, the Mustangs punch it into the end zone for a touchdown. This time, Evan Baum gets his 2nd score of the night as he takes it in from way out. Kick this time by Rhodes is going to be caught at the 3-yard line, up to the 15, the 20, 25, 30. Again, good room out to the 35, and finally brought down by Caden Cook at the 36. Once again, another solid return by Ashton Cahooch, number 5.
Yeah, he broke the tackle of Hunter Lasher there in the back and really just slithered through that tackle and took off for an extra 10 yards. Good return, good blocking. Everything's good for the Wakeland special teams tonight.
This second quarter brought to you by Fielder Park Dental, one of our fine sponsors here on the Grapevine Mustangs broadcast. And the Wolverines again in a position of having to try and keep this game at least somewhat within reach. 1st and 10 at their own 36 after the 34-yard return. Snap is back, handoff up the middle over the left guard out to the 40, breaking tackles all the way out to the 45. Really nice strong run that time by Cooper Snyder as he is starting to kind of feel himself a little bit, getting a groove and showing some strength. He gets a 9-yard gain on 1st down.
Yeah, the more they give the ball to Snyder, the more impressive he becomes. You can tell he's really getting warmed out there now.
2nd and a yard now from the Wolverine 45-yard line. Under 3 minutes to go here in the first half. 2 receivers right, single receiver to the left. Snap back, handoff once again over the left side. It's going to be just enough for a 1st down, as that time, just as he crossed the line of scrimmage, did Snyder. He got stood up and driven back that time. I think it might have been Tyler Mears, number 33, who stood him up. It was only a 2-yard gain, but he only needed 1, so it'll be a 1st down.
Lathan Way and Tyler Mills came together on that play, and like we said at the top of the game, the 2 linebackers are going to control this defense. Yep. That time they said you're not getting any farther than this.
1st and 10 now for the Wolverines at their own 47. Snap back this time, Meyer looking to throw. He's going to lob it, little screen set up to Riordan. He's going to nice stiff arm across midfield and then knocked out of bounds. Nice job that time by Hecht coming up to make the tackle, but they set up a little delayed screen out to the right for the tight end Trip Riordan. He made the catch and had a really good stiff arm to allow him to get more yards. Ends up being a 7-yard gain to the Mustang 46.
Really nice play design. Riordan is so tough after the catch. He's just so big, so strong, so fast.
Big kid.
Hard to bring him down one-on-one.
2nd and 3 now at the Grapevine 46-yard line as the Wolverines are moving the ball once again. Changing formations now. Slot receiver moves from the left to the right. Snap back. Meyer rolling goes right. A little bit of confusion. He's going to get taken out of bounds right at the line of scrimmage. Looked like a bit of a broken play there that time as Meyer it just seemed to be some confusion in the backfield. He pulled the ball out of the gut of his running back on the play action. Didn't have anybody to throw to, so he just did what he could to get back to the line of scrimmage that time.
Drew Nelson did a great job because Wakeland had a receiver that kind of snuck out there in the back. I thought that they were going to try to throw it to him, but Nelson gets back there in coverage and really makes a heads-up play to make sure they can't throw the ball there.
So no gain on the scramble by Meyer. That sets up 3rd and 3 now for the Wolverines. Snap back, little end around, coming around the left side up to the 45, and a nice open field tackle that time by Latham Way as he got around the legs of the slot wide receiver, number 5, Ashton Cahooch, and brought him down short of the line to gain of 1.5 yards.
That's a great tackle, and it's that little pitch pass thing, right? I think
little pop pass, yeah.
They count that as a completion.
They do.
But great job by, again, Latham Way You're not going to be able to get past him too often.
Way did a great job getting in there and getting around the legs of Cahooch and bringing him down, but the Wolverines are going to go for it. 4th and a long yard here from the Grapevine 44. Snap back, handoff up the middle, first down inside the 40, down to about the 37, 38-yard line. Nice job of blocking by the big guys up front for Wakeland as they just pushed upfield and opened a hole. And it's going to be a 6-yard gain to the 38, a first down for number 4, Cooper Snyder.
And with 20 seconds left, they've taken the timeout. You have to imagine they have about 4 plays. They're going to try to get into the end zone with 20 seconds.
Yep, 20 seconds. They let the clock run a little too long there. They still had timeouts to burn. That was only their second time out of the half. I'm surprised they didn't use one earlier. Only the second time out of the half, but they used one here, 20 seconds to go. Thank you to Steve Swanson at Whirly Ball for sponsoring this broadcast. Corporate events, team building, and private parties are more fun when you're zipping around in a Whirly Bug, and they have the most affordable laser tag in town. 2 locations to serve you, one in Plano and one in Hearst. Visit them online at whirlyball.info for more information. So now it'll be interesting to see how the Wolverines attack. 20 seconds left. You do have a timeout, but you're all the way out at your own 38-yard line. You've got time for, if you're trying to punch it in the end zone, you probably got time for maybe 3 plays here. The clock would stop for momentarily on a first down, so maybe time for about 3 plays here, you think?
They put 5 seconds back on the
they
clock,
did.
So now we've got 20. What you're looking here for is some boundary plays, right? If you're going to throw it in the middle, then you got to be able to get up and use those timeouts quickly, or get up and be able to have a play ready to go right away.
So 1st and 10 at the Grapevine 38 for Wakeland. 25 seconds to go in the half. Receiver comes in motion out of the slot. Snap back to Meyer, looking downfield. And now he is just going to lob it deep up the sideline, and coverage is there, and it's knocked away. I tell you what, it was almost a great catch, even off the tip that time, as I believe that was
Hunter Lasher.
Number 20, was that Hunter Lasher?
It was.
Okay, number 25, Hunter Lasher with the great play there. Got a fingertip on it and knocked it away from number 5, Ashton Cahooch, who, I mean, that was just that literally was just I'm going to throw it up and see if my guy makes a play by Meyer.
Really was good throw. Great job by Hunter to get back there, Hunter Lasher, and make that play. You know, football runs in his blood. His father, Kurt Lasher, played quarterback for Arizona State.
Wow.
His grandparents are currently watching our broadcast all the way from California, so welcome in to the Lashers to our broadcast.
18 seconds left now in the half. 2nd and 10 at the 38-yard line. Shotgun snap back. Meyer looking down, looking up the left side, going to let it go again, and this one's going to go over everybody. Nice coverage that time by C.J. Holmes as he had number 2, Ben Patterson, covered up. And again, I think it was just one of those. I think Meyer's just trying to give his guys a shot. I'm not seeing him really look anything intermediate right now, trying to get yardage. He's just looking downfield, trying to see if he can get a big chunk.
Yeah, I'm really surprised by the strategy here. You had more than enough time to take a couple of plays to get more closer downfield. If nothing else, at least come away with a field goal, and now they're not there.
When you've got a weapon like Riordan, the tight end, you'd think they'd be trying something over the middle, maybe 15 yards or so downfield.
Quick tight end pop pass, anything along those lines.
3rd and 10 now at the 38-yard line. 12 seconds to go. Snap back to Meyer. Now he's getting pressured, and he's going to get dropped. It's going to be a sack by number 41, Dalton Knapp, the sophomore defensive end, comes in, collapses the pocket, and drops him for a 5-yard loss back at the 43-yard line. And is that going to end the first half, or was a timeout called? Yes, a timeout was called by the Wolverines to get them one last play, because it's going to be 4th down, so at least they saved themselves a Hail Mary, I guess, here.
We'll try to Hail Mary, but Dalton Knapp gets his best Von Miller on and comes in and makes that big sack. What a great play.
They put 1 second back on the clock as the Wolverines apparently got their last timeout in.
We're going to look at a Hail Mary here. Quarterback obviously has the arm. We know Myers can throw the ball a country mile, so he's going to sit back there and try to take one deep. Grapevine's just going to throw everybody in the end zone.
Yep. This is going to be the Hail Mary time. So after the 5-yard loss on the sack by Dalton Knapp, great job by Knapp to collapse the pocket. The initial protection was there for about 2 seconds, and then Knapp got away and just bolted in and blasted Meyer in the back.
I'll tell you, this goes back to, again, the questioning the strategy of Wakeland here, not taking a couple plays to get closer downfield to at least get a field goal out of this. Now you're stuck with a Hail Mary, not ideal.
So this will be the last play of the first half, barring a defensive penalty, and 4 defensive backs standing at the goal line for the Mustangs, as the Wolverines will send everybody. They are manning up. That's the good strategy here. They're putting a man on each wide receiver and then dropping everybody else back.
And they got 4 guys back there at the 10-yard line that'll all get a little bit deeper as the play
Here
progresses.
comes a blitz from Heck off the slot, flushing Meyer, and he just has to get rid of it. It's dropped. Now, I don't think there was going to be much to do with that. Kadoosh had the ball in his hands at about the 23-yard line and just took his eyes off of it. It's coming in, but he was going to have a lot of work to do to get in the end zone. But regardless, it's an incomplete pass, and that is going to do it as the Mustangs have a fantastic half, especially with this new look offense. They have 5 offensive possessions and 5 touchdowns, and they go into the half with a 35-14 lead. Coming up, we're going to have the Prosperity Bank halftime show for you, including the Grapevine Mustangs marching band. You are watching Grapevine Mustangs football on Champion Sports Radio and Tradio.
Do you feel your home is too humid and slightly musty? Do you have that room or side of the house you don't use because it's too hot or too cold? Do you have family members struggling with health issues or allergies? Then contact Energy Attic and transform your living spaces by transforming your attic. Energy Attic uses a 3-part energy reduction system to make your home or office as comfortable and energy efficient as possible, saving you money, reducing your carbon footprint, and improving indoor air quality. Who doesn't want to save money, breathe cleaner air, and sleep better? Energy Attic helps improve your home climate control, reduces those cold and hot pockets, makes it more comfortable throughout, and saves you up to 40% on your energy bill. It's fast and easy to schedule your free Energy Attic audit. Simply visit energyattic.com and fill out the form. Virtual appointments are available as well. Now is the time to get your project started, so let Energy Attic show you how much you can love the comfort of your home. energyattic.com. Attic solutions to transform your life.
I'm Kevin Hannigan, President of Prosperity Bank. We live by our promise to provide banking services our customers need with the excellent customer service they deserve, today and into the future. That's our Prosperity Bank promise.
Living in North Texas provides all of us with an amazing quality of life, including an affordable cost of living, outstanding schools, unbelievable cultural opportunities, and the best sports around. But we also have to put up with severe storms. Hi folks, Champion Sports Radio President and Founder Thomas Lee here to tell you when a hail or windstorm comes through your neighborhood, do what we did and call Greenleaf Roofing. Greenleaf Roofing is a fully insured, locally owned and operated company built on the values of amazing craftsmanship, affordable options, and innovative solutions. And they are proud that those values still stand as a foundation for their business today. And did I mention Greenleaf Roofing has 24-hour emergency service available? It's nice to know Greenleaf Roofing will be there in a hurry if you need them. After the first experience, I became a customer for life and have used them on 3 different homes. But don't just take my word for it. Learn about the Greenleaf Roofing difference yourself by calling them at 972-379-9109 or go online to greenleaf-roofing.com to find out how you can get your free quote. Greenleaf Roofing, the #1 choice for all your roofing needs.
Welcome back to Toyota Stadium in Frisco, Texas, where your halftime score is the Grapevine Mustangs 35, the Wakeland Wolverines 14. This is the Prosperity Bank halftime show. And with Grapevine being the road team, that means the Phillies, the drill team for Grapevine, and the Mustang Marching Band are going to get to do their act first tonight. So right now, we're going to take you down to the field to allow you to watch and hear the halftime show from the Grapevine Mustang Phillies and the Grapevine Mustang Marching Band.
Please welcome to the field the Grapevine Phillies dance team. The direction of Christy Hinton, assisted by Nathan Burns. This week's staff recognition is the GHS Premier Head Band Director, Mr. James Reeves. This week's Fair Girl is Abby Jenkins. Rookie of the Week is Ainsley Alexander. And our Philly Honor Girl is Rhea Srinivasan. The Phillies will be performing an energizing Phil Jazz routine to win it.
special thank you to our sponsors, Hot Song Studio, Power River Plumbing, Weston Southland, Maria Coggeville, and School Colors. Go Grapevine! Please welcome to the field the Grapevine High School Marching Band. Grapevine show is entitled Elements of Design, Line, Shape, Color. Musical selections include the following: Fantasy Concerto 200 by Philip Glass, Real Rain by Randy Newman, and Silver Fanfare by Peter Boyer. Grapevine High School is proud to present drum majors Audrey Leckie, Nandini Santilkumar, and the Grapevine Mustang Band.
Great halftime performance by the Grapevine Phillies dance team and by the Grapevine marching band doing their thing here in the season opener. Your score at halftime here on the Prosperity Bank halftime show is Grapevine 35 and Wakeland 14. We're going to take a break. When we come back, we're going to catch you up with scores from around the area. You are watching Grapevine Mustangs football presented by Champion Sports Radio and Tradio.
I'm Kevin Hannigan, President of Prosperity Bank. We live by our promise to provide banking services our customers need with the excellent customer service they deserve, today and into the future. That's our Prosperity Bank promise.
Here at Fielder Park Dental, relieving dental anxiety is the objective of our entire office staff. It starts from the person that answers their very initial call, all the way through to the doctor that's providing treatment. A warm, friendly voice that's patient-centered, focused on what the patient's concerns are, is the very first place that we try to alleviate anxiety. All the way through to when the patient arrives, we have taken very good care of welcoming them and then bringing them out and making them feel like they're a part of the family. Because in this office, they actually are once they're here. And so when they come back to the back of the office to the treatment chairs, their anxiety level is already lower. Now, when I walk in the room, I understand it goes up a little bit, but then I try to use a friendly tone with them and try to help them feel like they're in control. They can say stop at any point. To me, it's more relational than it is any small little pill we can give them or nitrous oxide. We can do those things, but to me, we can lower that anxiety level way before we ever get to that.
Back here at Toyota Stadium, the Prosperity Bank halftime show. Your halftime score here in Frisco, the Grapevine Mustangs leading the Wakeland Wolverines by a score of 35-14. And right now, as the Wakeland drill team and band do their thing, we're going to catch you up with what's going on around the high school football world tonight, as there actually are, in this opening week of high school football, there are really some solid matchups going on this evening, and we'll start over in Arlington as one of the top programs in the state, Lake Travis, out of the Austin area there, just west of Austin. Lake Travis is up here to take on Martin High School out of Arlington tonight. Right now, the Martin Warriors lead Lake Travis by a score of 18-10. That game looks like it's in the second quarter right now. Over in Carrollton, team that was in this district last year, but after realignment got moved out. Carrollton Creekview High School is trailing Granbury right now 17-0 in the second quarter. Big matchup here in the Metroplex area is actually on television tonight on the CW. State-ranked Denton Geyer with their quarterback Jackson Arnold taking on Rockwall Heath. And the Geyer Wildcats are all over Rockwall Heath by a score of 26-7. That game also right now in the second quarter. Another huge matchup over in Bedford at Pennington Field, where Trinity High School out of HEB taking on the Prosper Eagles. That game is at the half. It is all tied up 7-all between the Eagles and the Trojans. Some other scores from around the area. One of the Fort Worth ISD schools, South Hills High, is getting blown out by Molina 28-0. That game is in the second quarter. Also in the second quarter, Corsicana has come up here to the Metroplex, into the Metroplex. They're taking on Liberty out of Frisco ISD, and they are all over Liberty 28-0 in the second quarter. Another Frisco school, Lone Star High School, taking on Texarkana High, and it is 14-7 in the first quarter for Lone Star out of Frisco. Over in Dallas, Hillcrest out of DISD leads Emerson High School out of Frisco ISD 21-7 in the second quarter. Crosstown, I should say cross-district rival, Crosstown, right next door rival, Colleyville Heritage tonight, also playing their season opener on a Thursday night, and they're taking on Nimitz High School out of Irving ISD, and it's all Heritage right now. The Heritage Panthers leading in the second quarter 26-5, a very odd score there, 26-5. Another game tonight over in Keller, Fossil Ridge High School taking on Flower Mound. That's another Champion Sports Radio game, as the Flower Mound Jaguars trail in the second quarter to Fossil Ridge out of Keller, 23-7. That score over at Keller ISD Stadium. Garland trails McKinney North 27-0 in the second quarter. Plano West on the road at Horn High School in Mesquite ISD, 21-13. Mesquite Horn has that lead. Midlothian is over Arlington Seguin, 7-0 is the score. That game also second quarter. 5A matchup down in Central Texas. Denton Ryan traveling down to Central Texas to take on New Braunfels High, and the Ryan Raiders are up 19-14 over New Braunfels in the second quarter. East High School out of Wiley taking on Berkner out of Richardson, 14-0 Wiley East, second quarter score there. Also in the second quarter, Legacy High School out of Mansfield taking on the Richland Rebels over at Birdville ISD Stadium, 14-9, the Richland Royals, my apologies. Legacy leading Richland by a score of 14-9 in the second. Another game on Champion Sports Radio tonight, the Coppell Cowboys taking on Saxe High on the road at Saxe. 35-14, the Cowboys really out to a big lead there. That game in the second quarter. One of our other district opponents, Trimble Tech, getting blown out by Seagoville, as Seagoville's leading Trimble Tech 34-0 in the second quarter. That game is at Seagoville. R.L. Turner out of Carrollton taking on South Garland. They're tied up 13-all in the second quarter over at South Garland. Byron Nelson High School taking on Plano. Byron Nelson, of course, a Northwest ISD school. They're taking on Plano High tonight at Northwest ISD Stadium, and it's 10-0 Byron Nelson. And so that's just some scores catch up around the areas. We have actually quite a bit of action here on this opening weekend on a Thursday night. The score here, Grapevine Mustangs leading the Wakeland Wolverines by a score of 35-14. We're going to take a break. When we come back, we're going to have stats for you from the first half. We're going to recap what we saw. You're watching Grapevine Mustangs football presented by Champion Sports Radio and Tradio.
There's a time and a place for everything.
As you'll see, projections for the next quarter are...
He shoots, he scores! 2 points for team middle management. The office is not one of them.
Jack, can I see you in my office?
No pouting, it's your ball. Let's see what you got.
But Whirly Ball is. For corporate events, team building, and private parties, Whirly Ball in Hearst and Plano is electric fun. Test your skills on the arcade games. Zip around in your Whirly Bug for a Whirly Ball competition. Or play the most affordable laser tag in the city. Learn more at whirlyball.info.
Lean in to the values that got you here. They don't change, no matter the storm, no matter the trouble. When the time comes to sell your vehicle, we'll buy it for full market value, not a penny less. That's pricing true to Texas. It's the right way. This is Texas. This is classic. True market value for your vehicle. Classic Chevrolet. Relax and enjoy the difference.
For 13 straight years, Forbes.com has named Prosperity as one of America's best banks. To Prosperity's customers and employees, thank you for helping us maintain this national distinction. Prosperity Bank. Real bankers, not just a bank.
There's a time and a place for everything.
As you'll see, projections for the next quarter are...
He shoots, he scores! 2 points for team middle management. The office is not one of them.
Jack, can I see you in my office?
No pouting, it's your ball. Let's see what you got.
But Whirly Ball is. For corporate events, team building, and private parties, Whirly Ball in Hearst and Plano is electric fun. Test your skills on the arcade games. Zip around in your Whirly Bug for a Whirly Ball competition. Or play the most affordable laser tag in the city. Learn more at whirlyball.info.
Back here at Toyota Stadium, the Prosperity Bank halftime show. Right now, the Wakeland High School Marching Band is on the field doing their thing. And as they do their routine here at halftime, we're going to talk about what we saw, Tim and I, here in this first half. First, we're going to give you some quick numbers. Between Grapevine and Wakeland, 382 total yards of offense for the Mustangs in that first half, where they scored a touchdown on every offensive possession. 331 of that on the ground, averaging 12.26 yards per carry on the ground. Again, not a ton of passing yards, only 51 yards passing, but Grapevine was efficient there too. They went 4 of 5 passing, averaging 10.2 yards per catch. Wakeland did some things on offense, 237 total yards, kind of split almost evenly between ground and air, 128 passing, 109 rushing. They've moved the ball. It's just been the turnovers. 2 interceptions in the first half from Brennan Meyer. Also the turnover on downs. For Grapevine, Evan Baum, 4 of 5 for 51 yards and a touchdown. Parker Polk and Evan Baum both had over 100 yards rushing in that first half. Both of them had 8 carries for 117 yards. Polk had 1 score, Baum had 2. CJ Holmes, 2 carries for 58 yards in the score. Victor Delacruz, 7 for 28. Demontre Dunn, a couple of carries for 10 yards. The receiving, only 4 catches, of course. Rondell Carradine, 2 catches for 35 yards and the 1 score. Hank Miller and Parker Polk each contributing a catch as well.
Well, big game so far by this offense, and I have to say Coach DeBest has really put this team together in a short amount of time. Wakeland doesn't know what to expect coming in, so now they have a halftime to make some adjustments. They adjusted in that second quarter by trying to take Parker Polk away, but they've left Evan Baum to run free. So now we're going to look to see how do they adjust coming out of halftime.
And, you know, the Grapevine defense is going to have some adjustments to make as well, because in that second quarter, the Wakeland offense really got going. Cooper Snyder ended up with 11 carries for 114 yards and a touchdown. You know, the big play, obviously, his 72-yard touchdown run when he got into the open field and just ran away from everybody. They also gave up, you know, a couple of big plays in the passing game. Ben Patterson had the 1 catch for the 69-yard score. You know, and that's basically been the crux of the offense has been the big play. They've given up a couple of things to Riordan, the SMU commit, the tight end in the middle where he's broken some tackles and whatnot. But you almost kind of expect that.
Yeah.
You know, I think what Coach Alexander would probably say is like we just can't get beat over the top like that, and whatever happened on the run play, you know, the running game for the most part, you take away, not that you ever take it away, but if you take away the 72-yard run, Cooper Snyder had 10 carries for 32 yards. So they were keeping him under wraps for the most part until he broke that big one.
Yeah, and once he broke the big one, he had a couple of other kind of sizable runs also. Hey, what I look for right now from their offense.
Sorry, it would have been 10 carries for 42 yards.
They have to get on track offensively, and they have to stop turning the ball over. They've done a good job from the 30 to the 30, moving the football, but then they've been turning it over with a couple of back-to-back interceptions. And one other thing about Wakeland that they're doing really well and could be a difference later in this game is their special teams.
Yeah, that has been the one real big positive for them in the first half is even though they haven't been able to stop Grapevine offensively, their return game has allowed them to get some good starting field position after those scores have happened. So we're going to take our final break here of the Prosperity Bank halftime shows. The Wolverines have just finished up their halftime routine. When we come back, we're going to have you getting ready for the second half kickoff. You are listening to Grapevine. You are watching Grapevine Mustangs football presented by Camp Champion Sports Radio and Tradio.
I'm Kevin Hannigan, President of Prosperity Bank. We live by our promise to provide banking services our customers need with the excellent customer service they deserve, today and into the future. That's our Prosperity Bank promise.
At 121, we love our Mustang football, and we also love our students. We're so excited for an opportunity to come alongside parents and schools as we shape the next generation of leaders.
And we love to welcome you and your whole family on a Sunday morning and your students to join us on a Wednesday night.
Our students have fun while learning to love God through His Word and also love others through selfless service.
All right, enough about what we can do for you. Let's get back to the game. Go Mustangs!
Hey guys, this is Jose with Infinity Solar. Today we're out here in McKinney, Texas. 48 panels, 18.24 kilowatts, which yearly they're going to get a total production of 20,664 kilowatts. That's more production than they need, so the electrical company will be able to give them credit for some of that energy that they're going to be saving. Today we have the SIL-FAB panel. It's a US manufactured, comes with a 30-year warranty, some of the best warranties in the industry right now. A job this size usually takes companies 2 days to complete. We're gonna knock it out in 1 day. So that works great for our customers. That way they don't have to worry about taking 2 days off from work. They just have to take 1 day, maybe even half a day off their job. So we'll get this customer up and going, ready for the city inspection, and get them up and going with their system.
He's going to be stopped short. And it's into the end zone for the touchdown. We're back here at Toyota Stadium. Jacob Dedamore along with Tim Smith as we're about 2.5 minutes or so from the start of the second half, and Mustangs getting ready, both teams actually getting ready to come back onto the field. And I'll tell you what, it's going to be fun here in the second half. I'm interested to see what adjustments both teams make, especially on the defensive side of the ball for both clubs, as both teams really did a good job, especially in that second quarter, of moving the ball and punching it in the end zone, because that was a high-scoring first half.
Yeah, we got a barn burner on our hands for week one, and Coach Alexander once again said, look, we don't think we're going to be where we want to be tonight, but we're looking forward to the progression. Well, I'd say 5 for 5. This is where you want to be. So moving forward, we'll see if they can keep up that intensity offensively, and then the defense needs to keep doing what they're doing, get a couple more turnovers, and close this game out.
This third quarter brought to you by our friends at Classic Chevrolet. Classic Chevrolet, relax, enjoy the difference. Again, your starting lineups tonight, we don't expect any changes in that starting lineup. Up front, you have the big guys. The one change from the graphic that you see here is instead of Moorhead at left guard tonight, we've had Alex Hogan playing pretty much the entire game at left guard, but left tackle Travis Mason, at center Cy Owen, at right guard the freshman Hunter Caudle, and at right tackle number 74 Max Livingston. 4 seniors and a freshman up front. Evan Baum had a spectacular first half with over 100 yards on the ground and 2 scores. Also had a passing touchdown to go with a 4 for 5 passing. Ronald Carradine had a couple of catches, including a touchdown. C.J. Holmes had a touchdown run in this game. Caden Cook has done a good job blocking. He just hadn't been able to get involved in the offense just yet. And, of course, Parker Polk, 117 yards, just like Evan Baum, and he had a score on the ground as well.
Look at Parker on the graphic. He looks like he's about 28 years old. He's going to go ahead and enjoy a brewski after the game. No, we're just kidding, of course. Parker Polk is the star of this team. We've known that coming in. Him and Victor Dela Cruz are simply amazing at what they do. And I look for them to continue to run the ball down the throat of this defense.
It was a very successful first half for the Mustangs offensively. It really couldn't have been more successful than it was. We'll see, like I said, what adjustments each team made on defense at the half. The Mustangs are going to start with the ball as they kicked off to open the game, winning the coin toss and electing to defer. So it will be C.J. Holmes and Parker Polk back to receive the kickoff from the Wolverines, and their kicker, number 38, Jonathan Tripodi, their senior kicker. But we'll see if the Mustangs can keep their perfect night going offensively. Honestly, Wakeland has shown very little signs of being able to slow down or stop this Grapevine offense at all. They haven't stopped them at all, and they've barely slowed them down outside of just a couple of plays here and there. I mean, you cannot, for a brand new offense with a new scheme, under a new offensive coordinator, you really cannot ask for a better first half of football.
You can, and Coach DeBest, I'm sure, was happy going in, but I bet he also had some adjustments that he wanted to make and had some things that he wanted to clean up.
Had a couple of holding penalties in that first half.
A couple of holding penalties, one that took away a huge play down the sideline. So we'll see what those adjustments are, and I like the Grapevine's coming out right away with the ball to be able to go 6 for 6 on their touchdowns tonight.
Yeah, I mean, this is a chance for Grapevine. You know, the Wolverines have been kind of keeping themselves within arm's length with those couple of big play scores that they had, but Grapevine was able to keep them off the scoreboard on that final drive of the first half there to keep a 21-point lead, and now they've got a chance to really get themselves some distance between Wakeland here to start the third quarter.
Here we go. Let's see if we see another little reverse look or a fake reverse. We've seen that a lot tonight. But Wakeland's kickoff team, again, very disciplined when they run down, and they haven't given up a big return just yet.
Presented by Champion Sports Radio and Tradio tonight. It's caught by Holmes. He hands off to Parker Polk up to the 10, the 15, dancing, making a man miss, up across the 20 and out to about the 24-yard line. So we're going to give him forward progress to the 25. So, you know, the one thing I like the idea on that reverse. I would like to see them maybe see if they can delay that a little bit, not come together quite so fast, and see if they can get guys to commit. But you got to give credit to the Wakeland special teams. We said this earlier. They've been very disciplined all night long, staying in their lanes and also doing a good job blocking on kick returns.
Yeah, they were ready. They were ready for it, and you know, you keep doing it over and over and over again, and it's not a surprise anymore,
exactly.
Right? I mean, we know you want to get the ball to Parker.
So 1st and 10, shotgun split back set at the 25-yard line for the Mustangs. Snap back to Baum and hand off to Polk over the right side across the 30 out to the 31, maybe the 32-yard line, as he went over Max Livingston that time on the right side. They're going to mark him just across the 31 for a gain of 6.
That's a great way to start the drive. You get ahead of the chains, a 6-yard. Now you're in 2nd and short. Playbook is open for you. You can do just about anything that you want here coming out from the 31.
This video broadcast, of course, produced by our friends at Tradio. It's Trey Bell leading up this production team. 2nd down and a long 3, snapback handoff to Delacruz, and he just powers his way forward across the 35 for a 1st down to the 36. A gain of 4. Victor Delacruz just lowering that shoulder and just busting his way through for a 1st down.
Great job by Travis Mason, number 71, the senior offensive lineman, 6'2", 230 pounds. He blocked 3 different people on that particular play and really led the way for any sort of positive yardage.
So 1st and 10 now for the Mustangs at their own 36. Going to go with 2 wide receivers on the right side this time, and then the shotgun split back set. Tight end comes in motion, snap back, handoff to Delacruz going over the right side. Not much room this time as they stack Delacruz up after a gain of about 2 yards.
Looked like he had something early, but it closed up pretty quick. Good pursuit there by the linebackers and defensive line.
By the way, that last carry for Parker Polk looked like he turned his ankle a little bit on the run and had to limp off the field a little bit. We'll see how long he's out, see if it's anything serious.
Yeah, I could see him standing on the sidelines right by Coach, so.
Must not have been that bad.
No, looks like he's ready to come back in anytime. He's eager too. Come on, Coach, put me in.
2nd and 8 now at the 38-yard line. Power pistol formation here with the 3 running backs in a stack set. Shotgun snap back. Baum, he hands the ball off across the 40 to the 42. DeMontrez Dunn that time takes the handoff from Baum, and here comes Parker Polk back in the game. Good to see he's okay. Gain of 4 yards. Nope, he did not. Gain of 4 yards for Dunn. That's going to set up a 3rd and 4 now for the Mustangs at their own 42.
21, Rondell Carradine just came into the game as well. So now you've got 2 of your more productive people in the game at the same time for this 3rd and medium.
This time, Grapevine's going to spread them out with a 3 wide set, 2 to the right, single receiver to the left. Receiver comes in motion, it's Carradine. Now he's in the backfield into a pistol offset formation. Snap back, hand off to Polk, dancing his way forward, and it's going to be close. I think he's going to be just short.
I think you're right.
Looks like he kind of lost his footing as he was trying to burrow his way for the 1st down. Got to the 45, and that's all he could get. So it's 4th and 1. We'll see what the Mustangs do, and they're at least going to have the offense on the field here. This is the first time they've even gotten to a 4th down in this ball game.
I love this call. You've been averaging at least 4 or 5 yards to carry.
First time tonight they've been stopped on 3rd down.
Yeah, I mean, you might as well go for it here. You're at the midfield marker.
4th and 1 at their own 45. Snap back, they're going. Handoff, nope, Baum keeps it. He's going to have the 1st down, and he pitches it forward, and thankfully that went out of bounds. That was a little bit, that's one of those decisions on film. You're just like, hey, Evan, next time just go down.
Yeah, as a coach, you never like to see that. An ill-advised late pitch right there. Luckily, like you say, it was towards the sideline.
I tell you what, just like on his first touchdown run, he pulled the ball out of Delacruz's gut late and basically halfway spun Delacruz around, but it was the right decision because the end started to collapse. He pulled it out and got around the right side for a 1st down and a gain of 4 yards.
Without doing that, they don't get the 1st down.
Little ill-advised pitch there at the end, but it didn't cost them.
It didn't cost them, so we won't talk about it.
1st and 10 at their own 49. Snap back, handoff to Polk, dances up the middle, inside the across midfield into Wolverine territory, and he gets brought down at about the 46 of Wakeland. Going to be a gain of 5 yards for Polk on 1st down. Again, that name we've called quite a few times tonight. Number 32, Barrett Kennedy on the tackle, the senior linebacker for Wakeland.
Yeah, it's really saved what could have been a bigger play. I thought Parker had a little bit of a lane there, and, you know, he was just brought down by the ankle. But it could have been a bigger play than that.
2nd and 5 now at the Wolverine 46. 3 wide set this time. Carradine comes in motion into an eye offset pistol eye. Snap back. Baum. Nope, he hands it to Polk, who dances, avoids a loss, and actually gets positive yardage out of that. That was all effort by Parker Polk because Baum handed him that ball, and there was nothing there he made 2 men miss in the backfield and was able to actually get a yard out of that.
Yeah, and I wonder if that play was designed to be a straight handoff. Obviously, everything's not an option. It looked like there maybe he should have pulled it, but it could have been a straight handoff play for Parker on that. But they are really keying in on Parker now.
3rd down and 4 for the Mustangs at the Wakeland 45-yard line. They have a trips formation coming out now. Guys move around. Sammy Kelly goes all the way across the field to the right side. He's a single wide receiver over there. Shotgun split back, play action, bomb rolling, goes right, fires one up the sideline. Looking for Kelly, and it is caught!
Yo, what a catch!
No, now the referee says incomplete. Boy, what an effort that time by Sammy Kelly. Looked like he was able to bring it in on the juggle, but the officials say it's incomplete. We're looking at the replay now. Nice throw from Baum over the top of the defender, and the ball is knocked up. He pulls it in, but I don't think he had control when he hit the sideline. That was very close, though.
Do we have a red flag in Texas high school football? That looked pretty close.
Unfortunately, no. That was very close.
Wow.
The official said he hit the sideline before he gained control, but the Mustangs are going to go for it again on 4th and 4 at the Wakeland 45-yard line. Might as well. 2 receivers right, single receiver left. Baum dropping back.
Whoa.
No, it's Hackbarth, and it's going to be a quick kick, and it's blocked partially, and it's going to go across the line of scrimmage and get down. I noticed at the last second they brought in Hackbarth at quarterback, and he was going to try a quick kick that we saw Colt Mercer do a number of times last year. And the snap was high. He kind of bobbled it, and as he rolled to his right to kick it, it got blocked. And thankfully, it went upfield instead of behind him and rolled all the way down to the 40 before it was down by the Mustangs. But because of the block, they're going to bring it back to the line of scrimmage, and that's where Wakeland will start. So a little interesting. They were going to try and show him a look and then try and pin him, but the bad snap just threw everything off.
Sure did, and now that's the first time they haven't scored on a drive tonight. The first stop for the defense here for Wakeland. So what are they going to do offensively to back that up?
1st and 10 for the Wolverines at their own 44 after their first defensive stand of the night. Snap back, handoff coming around the right side, and not much there as Tyler Mears just stuck his face mask right into the chest of Cooper Snyder. As he crossed the line of scrimmage, it's going to be a 2-yard gain, and unfortunately we have a little bit of an injury now, and they're going to stop play. As looks like for the
Burns,
number 13, Darion Burns is limping as he tried to get off the field there, and went ahead and went down, so the trainers are going to go ahead and attend to him. I'll tell you what, we saw some adjustments that time. Much better, give the Wakeland defense credit. They did a good job that time of staying home, really, more than anything. You know, Grapevine got a couple of first downs and was able to move the ball some, but no big chunk plays, really. They did a good job of staying home. When guys did get a little loose, they brought them down. And, you know, they ended up getting the stop. You know, Grapevine wasn't really going for it there on 4th down. They were trying to quick kick. So that was a nice job, a nice adjustment by the Wolverine coaching staff.
Sure was. And now we got to see did Grapevine's defense go into the locker room and do the same?
2nd and 8 now after the 2-yard gain from Snyder, who had a big first half himself. 114 yards and a touchdown. Snap back to Meyer. He's looking downfield. Now he steps up and lobs it over the middle, and that pass is caught inside the 15, and now the ball gets punched out. It's a fumble, and it's going to be picked up and covered by the Mustangs. It's their 3rd turnover of the night. Boy, I tell you what, that was looking like another huge play. It was a huge play for Wakeland as Meyer is looking for somebody to throw to. He sees number 16, Hayden O'Neill, come open up the field across the middle, but coming in from behind was Drew Nelson to punch the ball out from behind, and Major Heck with the recovery, and the Mustangs have the ball back.
Well, I'll tell you, the old Peanut Punch, made famous by Peanut Tillman from the Chicago Bears on their Super Bowl run back in 2006. What a great job. The quarterback, Meyer, did a really good job of directing traffic, get his guy to get downfield. He makes a perfect throw.
The pass protection was there. It allowed him to move around in the pocket, told his guy to get upfield, and then he stepped up and made a beautiful throw, but just a great play by Drew Nelson.
Fantastic, Drew.
1st and 10 for the Mustangs at their own 3-yard line. Snap back, handoff, coming around the left side into the open field. And almost breaking it was Victor Delacruz. He gets out to the 11 before he gets tripped up that time. That was a really nice off-tackle run from Delacruz, and he was a hair's breadth away from breaking that for a huge gain.
Number 12 for Wakeland, Littlejohn, has been all over the field tonight.
My favorite name of the night,
I got to tell you,
Littlejohn.
I think that was a touchdown-saving tackle.
It might have been.
Dela Cruz was about to rumble for 90-something yards.
8 yards on 1st and 10. Now it's out to the 11th. 2nd down and 2. A little breathing room for the Mustang offense. Snap back. This one is going to be kept by Baum, and he's going to get dropped. That time probably made the wrong decision. Hasn't done that very often at all tonight, and he got wrapped up behind the line of scrimmage as he pulled the ball out of the gut, and Baum is actually going to come off the field as he turned his ankle or something a little bit. He's got a little bit of a limp, and that's going to bring Connor Hackbarth onto the field for his first real offensive snap of the night.
Tough place to come in and get your first offensive snap. Get down deep inside your own red zone. I'll tell you, they made the adjustment now because there was nobody watching Evan Baum in the second quarter, and now they put a spy on him.
That time again, Baum tried to pull it out late. He probably should have just let it go to Cruz. High snap, but a handoff to Hackbarth up the middle, and it's going to be a first down. Nice job. A high snap. Hackbarth did a great job of corralling it and handing the ball to Parker Polk, who just picked his way forward for a 7-yard gain and a first down out to the 15.
Yeah, Parker got in the middle of the defense there and just kind of jiggerbug his way all the way through to the first down marker. Man, he is a tough guy to take down.
Looked like Travis Mason got the good block on that play. So 1st and 10 at the 15 now with Hackbarth in at quarterback. Shotgun snap back, and a bit of a busted play. Hackbarth's going to take off and go out to the 20-21. Nice job making something out of nothing by Hackbarth as somebody went the wrong way. Caudill had his helmet come off, so he's going to have to come off the field for a play. But it looked like Hackbarth kind of turned the wrong way there and just had to get what he could and did a good job. He went over the right side behind Max Livingston and got 6 yards on first down.
Braden Johnson, number 72, is come in the game.
Yep, he'll come in for a play.
Freshman.
Yep, he'll come in and line up at guard for a play.
Yeah, your helmet comes off, you got to sit down for a play.
2nd and 4 now at the 21-yard line. Shotgun split back, snap back, hand off to Polk, going around the right side, nothing there. Great job coming off the edge that time by number 7 for the Ty Gleason, the weak side linebackers. He just collapsed on that side and brought down Parker Polk right at the line of scrimmage.
Wakeland has tightened up that defense. They brought some more guys down into the box. They're ready for the run game now. We're going to have to see an adjustment from the Grapevine
jumpiness from Connor Hackbarth in his first action of the season. The snaps have been a little high, but he's been jumping to get it in every snap, and I don't think he's needed to necessarily do that.
I see a little nerves for sure.
Snap back this time, handoff up the middle, and it's going to be a first down. Nice hole opened up by that Grapevine offensive line, and number 24, DeMontrez Dunn, just powered his way to the 26 for a first down.
Good job to get that first down, too, because it didn't look like there was going to be much there. Sure would like to see what's going on with Evan Baum right now, and why we're not seeing him come back onto the field. You got to imagine it is some
I think it was on that
twist.
tackle in the backfield for a loss. I think he got kind of twisted around. I think he just turned his ankle a little bit. We'll see if he comes back.
Looks like he's behind the bench there from Grapevine, trying to get himself
to walk it off. Yeah.
Bit.
Snap back, handoff, Polk up the middle, got room after the 30, up to the 35, and nearly broke free. Huge gain nonetheless. It's going to be a 9-yard gain on first down. Another good job by the left side of this offensive line. Right now being manned by Alex Holgan and Travis Mason, as on back-to-back plays, they've opened up a nice hole on the left side for the running backs to get through.
Yeah, all Parker needs is a little seam, it seems like, for him to get through there. And sure enough, he gets through that hole and explodes for a few yards to get close to that first down.
We're already under 3 minutes to go here in the third quarter, 2:50 and counting. 2nd and 1 for the Mustangs at their own 35-yard line. Single back this time. Now, coming in motion is Carradine. It's going to be a handoff to Polk, and he is going to bounce it up the middle and get a first down. I'll tell you what, he got hit right at the line of scrimmage as he was trying to go up the middle. Got out of a tackle with a little hop step to his left and accelerated up the field for a nice 6-yard gain and a first down.
He sure did, and he got right around that pancake that was laid out by Cy Owen. Once again, we got a little bit of extra syrup on the side.
Ty Gleason, the weak side linebacker, the senior, number 7, saved a huge gain right there by scraping from his weak side linebacker spot to make the tackle there as he stepped out of the tackle of number 12, Steele Littlejohn. 1st and 10 at the 41. offset pistol formation with two backs. Snap back, handoff, nope, pitch, and that pitch is caught by Dunn, thankfully. It's going to be a loss of 2, but that could have been much worse as Dunn bobbled that pitch for a second, was able to corral it before he got hit.
Yeah, really and truly, he probably should have handed it off because
Probably.
he was covered and the pitch man was covered at that point. Again, we're seeing a little bit of unsureness from the backup quarterback here, but he's doing a good job. Keep it calm. Don't take any risk right now.
Again, but what we're seeing right now from this Wolverine defense in this third quarter is they're playing much better assignment football in this triple option by the Mustangs.
They've got 7 people in the box is what they're doing. 6 in the box with the 7th just on the outside of it, and they're really concentrating on that run game now.
2nd and 12, snap back to Hackbarth. He's going to fire it
Got a
deep up
man.
the sideline, got a man open, and it's caught. Kelly inside the 30 and steps out of bounds. Tried to tiptoe the sideline, couldn't keep him in bounds, but a beautiful throw by Connor Hackbarth right over the top of the defense, hit Kelly in stride. And Kelly, as he's tight roping the sidelines trying to corral that ball, stepped out at the 27-yard line. What a throw from Connor Hackbarth. A gain on that play of, let's see, that was about 27 yards on that.
We certainly saw Sammy Kelly a year ago have some big impact, big catches. That's what happens when you bring that extra man in the box. You have to go man-to-man, and Sammy Kelly able to beat his man.
Snap back, it's going to be a handoff to Dela Cruz. He goes over the 25, inside, down to about the 22-23. They're going to say he's down at the 23, a gain of 4. 2nd and 6 now after the 4-yard run by Victor Dela Cruz. That was Sammy Kelly, nearly made a fantastic catch in the first half along the sideline. Very close to being a catch right there. That one was definitely a catch, and he almost tiptoed it down the sideline for a score.
They started this drive back at their own, 3-yard line?
3-yard line's where this drive started. And Hackbarth leading them for most of it. 2nd and 6 now at the 23 of Wakeland. Shotgun snap back. It's a handoff to Polk. He's got room inside the 15, and he just gets tripped up to keep himself out of the end zone, but he gets a first down to the 9. It's a 14-yard gain for Parker Polk, and an ankle tackle kept him from scoring, and now we have an injury for the Wakeland Wolverines as one of their defenders is down on the play. That's the 3rd or 4th time on this drive we've seen the left side of this Grapevine offensive line just open up a big hole, and that time Parker Polk shot through it and for 14 yards and was a hair's breadth away from scoring.
Really, really strong block by the freshman, number 55, Caudell, as he took on number 32, their star linebacker, Brett Kennedy. And so you make that big block, Parker almost scores. Actually, the guy that makes the tackle is number 11, Campbell Martin, and he's the one that's down on the field right now. Looked like they're giving him a little bit of a stretch, but he's the one that saved the touchdown.
Yeah, it looks like he may have a little bit of a cramp down there trying to stretch out either the hamstring or the calf down there.
That was all heart to make that tackle, I'll tell you what.
Since its establishment in 2009, Living for Zachary has impacted thousands of families by providing heart screenings for ages 12 to 22, donating AEDs to youth-based organizations, and training community members in the use of CPR. All with the goal of saving lives. Sudden cardiac arrest doesn't wait, so we can't either. Schedule your child's heart screening today, apply for an AED for your organization, or make a donation that could change a life forever. Together, we can give our children's hearts a second chance. Join the movement to save young hearts at livingforzachary.org today. Number 11, Campbell Martin, the starting strong safety, the junior, coming off the field under his own power. A little bit of a limp there, but again, seemed like it's more of a cramp than anything, trying to get stretched out again on the sideline, but he comes off under his own power, and the Mustangs are back on the field. 1st and goal at the Wakeland 9-yard line with 20 seconds and counting to go here in the third quarter, and it looks like the Mustangs are going to let this clock run out here on the third. Don't blame them. Take it to the fourth quarter. After a massive amount of points in the first half, we've had a scoreless third quarter with hardly any breaks here, Tim.
Well, you know, Grapevine has been keeping the ball control. They weren't able to score on that first drive. They had the quick turnover. If they can finish off this 93-yard drive, though, it could be a backbreaker.
So that's it. At the end of the third quarter, we're going to take a break. Your score, Grapevine 35 and Wakeland 14. You are watching Grapevine Mustangs football presented by Champion Sports Radio and Tradio.
Lean in to the values that got you here. They don't change, no matter the storm, no matter the trouble. When the time comes to sell your vehicle, we'll buy it for full market value, not a penny less. That's pricing true to Texas. It's the right way. This is Texas. This is classic. True market value for your vehicle. Classic Chevrolet. Relax and enjoy the difference.
Living in North Texas provides all of us with an amazing quality of life, including an affordable cost of living, outstanding schools, unbelievable cultural opportunities, and the best sports around. But we also have to put up with severe storms. Hi folks, Champion Sports Radio President and Founder Thomas Lee here to tell you when a hail or windstorm come through your neighborhood.
At the Wakeland 9-yard line, Connor Hackbarth still in at quarterback, snap back, handoff to Parker Polk, and he's going to get dropped for a loss back at the 10. Has just a great job that time collapsing things by the two outside linebackers for the Wakeland Wolverines, the senior number 32 Barrett Kennedy and the senior number 7 Ty Gleason. And Gleason is very slow getting up as he seems a bit dinged, but that time both Kennedy and Gleason, the two linebackers, just came from each side on a blitz and just collapsed that, and Parker Polk had nowhere to go.
Well, if there's anyone that's been playing defense really strong for Wakeland, it's been number 32. And so anyway, I guess we're going to go to a break, Jacob.
Yeah, sorry about that. Didn't mean it. We're going to go ahead and take a break as we didn't really get any in that first half there, or in that third quarter.
Living in North Texas provides all of us with an amazing quality of life, including an affordable cost of living, outstanding schools, unbelievable cultural opportunities, and the best sports around. But we also have to put up with severe storms. Hi folks, Champion Sports Radio President and Founder Thomas Lee here to tell you when a hail or windstorm come through your neighborhood, do what we did and call Greenleaf Roofing. Greenleaf Roofing is a fully insured, locally owned and operated company built on the values of amazing craftsmanship, affordable options, and innovative solutions. And they are proud that those values still stand as a foundation for their business today. And did I mention Greenleaf Roofing has 24-hour emergency service available? It's nice to know Greenleaf Roofing will be there in a hurry if you need them. After the first experience, I became a customer for life and have used them on 3 different homes. But don't just take my word for it. Learn about the Greenleaf Roofing difference yourself by calling them at 972-379-9109 or go online to greenleaf-roofing.com to find out how you can get your free quote. Greenleaf Roofing, the #1 choice for all your roofing needs.
Hey guys, this is Jose with Infinity Solar. Today we're out here in McKinney, Texas. 48 panels, 18.24 kilowatts, which yearly they're going to get a total production of 20,664 kilowatts. That's more production than they need, so the electrical company will be able to give them credit for some of that energy that they're going to be saving. Today we have the Seal Fab panel. It's a US manufactured, comes with a 30-year warranty, some of the best warranties in the industry right now. A job this size usually takes companies 2 days to complete. We're going to knock it out in 1 day. So that works great for our customers. That way they don't have to worry about taking 2 days off from work. They just have to take 1 day, maybe even half a day off their job. So we'll get this customer up and going, ready for the city inspection, and get them up and going with their system.
We're back from the injury timeout. We had a Grapevine player injured. We'll explain that here in just a second. Second and goal from the 10 for the Mustangs as we start this fourth quarter. Snap is back. Handoff to Delacruz going around the left side. He's going to get inside the 10 to about the 6, maybe the 7, maybe the 6. They're going to mark him down at the 7. It's a gain of 3 for Delacruz, setting up third and goal. On that last play, not only was Ty Gleason, the senior linebacker, injured for Wakeland, but also we didn't see this till we went to commercial. Number 74, Max Livingston, the right tackle, was also injured, and he had to be helped off the field very gingerly. Could not put any pressure on his right leg. I'm guessing he got rolled up on, and now checking in is number 72, Braden Johnson at right tackle. So third and goal now for the Mustangs at the 7-yard line with Connor Hackbarth still in at quarterback. Snap back to Hackbarth. He fires one back corner of the end zone, and it is caught for a touchdown.
What a throw, what a catch.
A beautiful throw right over the top, and Sammy Kelly goes up, corrals it with one hand, and brings it in right in front of the pylon for a touchdown for Grapevine.
Holy moly. I can't even describe what just happened.
We're seeing the touchdown. Oh, what a grab by Sammy Kelly. The throw was where it needed to be, to the back corner of the end zone. Kelly reached up and behind his head, got a hand on it, pulled it in and kept a foot inside the end zone for the score.
Harrison Hackbarth, a 93-yard drive
97.
coming off, or 97, excuse me, coming off the bench.
Snap
That's
back.
excellent.
The extra point is up, and the extra point is good. We'll detail that drive here in a moment. The Mustangs back up 40, by now up 4 scores. 10:51 to go in the ball game. It's 42-14 Grapevine. You're watching Grapevine Mustangs football, presented by Champion Sports Radio and Tradio.
Bottle Cap Alley is a place where hot food meets a cool vibe for big-time fun. We're the stomping grounds for friends and family to gather and enjoy themselves. Here, everybody is somebody. We take great pride in our food and the people we serve. So whether you're here...
The kick is away from Rhodes, caught up to the 25, and then no more room after that, as number 5 for the Ashton Cahooch for the Wolverines has a solid return, only a 12-yard return, as that was more of a high pooch-style kick, and was caught at about the 15-yard line, and they corralled him at the 27. That's where the Wolverines will start, as the Mustangs now lead by 4 touchdowns, 42-14, after the first touchdown pass of the season from Connor Hackbarth on a throw that was where it needed to be, but just a gorgeous catch from Sammy Kelly. 1st and 10.
Fitting, since Sammy Kelly's the one that made the catch to get him down there in the first place.
This time, stepping back, Meyer goes deep. He has a man trying to get it. That pass is, oh no, incomplete. Caught, looked like to Cahooch, number 5, Ashton Cahooch, tried to go up over the defender as it was a little bit underthrown. Got his hands on it, but the helmet of number 25, Hunter Lasher, made him bobble it, and at least according to the official, he didn't corral it until after he hit on the sideline. That was similar to the Sammy Kelly catch in the first half. I think on review, that might have been overturned.
I mean, that was an incredible grab. I'll tell you, though, good defense by Hunter Lasher there to make sure he at least pushed him out of bounds, which you can do.
2nd and 10. Nice move in the backfield to avoid a loss. And spinning forward to about the 30 for a gain of 3 is Cooper Snyder. Boy, that was as good a move as we've seen from anybody tonight. He spun away from a Grapevine defender in the backfield to avoid what would have been a 2-yard loss, and ends up getting 3 to make it 3rd and 7.
Yeah, he made that little
slick
spin on Dalton Knapp. Dalton grabbed some air there after that spinorama, but hey, you can't fault him. It's just a great move.
This quarter, the 4th quarter, brought to you by Bottle Cap Alley, Ice House, and Grill. 3rd and 7 at the 30-yard line for the Wolverines. Blitz coming, screen set up, and it's going to be incomplete. The blitz that time got in there so fast that it blew up the timing. They were trying to set up a little middle screen to the tight end, Trip Riordan, and the timing was just blown up by the Grapevine defenses. They got into that backfield with a quickness.
Yeah, they really had something working there, but when the blitz gets in that fast, you're just not going to be able to get an accurate football or an accurate ball out.
I think Latham Way might have been one of the guys blitzing on that play, and yeah, just threw off the timing as Meyer had to get rid of it as the guy was getting into his chest. So that's going to actually force the first punt of the ball game for either team. Second? Oh, well, yeah, we had the block. Yeah, the block punt. Tried to quick kick. So the first punt for the Wolverines, Parker Polk, is going to bobble it and then get on top of it. That was almost disaster. He was calling for a fair catch and then just bobbled it, but was able to jump right on it at the Grapevine 39-yard line. So
you don't see that very often.
No, you don't see that very often. Not a very long punt, only 31 yards on the punt that time. But yeah, let's tell you what, that last touchdown drive for the Mustangs, Connor Hackbarth didn't start it because Baum started the drive, but he still led nearly all of a 97-yard touchdown drive. He led, I want to say 90 of the 97 he led on that drive to Connor Hackbarth. And did his job, and now the starter, Evan Baum, is checked back into the game.
It's good to see Evan Baum come back in, know that whatever was wrong with him wasn't serious, and you imagine that Hackbarth stayed in the game because he was doing so well.
Well,
no
yeah,
reason to take him out in the middle of that drive.
when Baum came out, Hackbarth came in, and they just kept moving the ball.
Absolutely, he did a great job. 2 big completions on that drive.
Hackbarth finished it off with the 7-yard touchdown pass to Sammy Kelly on the phenomenal catch in the corner of the end zone.
Sammy Kelly doing his best Adam Thielen impression in the corner of the end zone there.
And I'm not sure what's going on right now. Wow, I guess we had a penalty of some kind.
We'll try to get this.
I never saw what the call was.
Looks like we may have a re-kick.
Huh. So something. Whoa. Sorry about that, folks.
Still 4th down according to the referee.
Yeah, something must not have been set or something, because there's no penalty. They are going to re-punt this ball. Not sure what the situation was, but basically they've just re-spotted the ball back at the 30. So something must have gone awry. Either the clock didn't start or something wasn't set, and so the officials are having them re-kick here. So no penalty or anything else. They're just resetting it at the 30. We'll do this again. This will be the official first punt of the night for the Wolverines.
Okay, yeah. Not really sure what happened there.
Not either. Punt is away. Another high, short kick. Polk is going to let this one bounce, and it's going to take a Wolverine roll inside the 30, and it was going to go out of bounds at about the 27-yard line. So gained 12 yards of possession did the Wolverines on that punt. So we're going to start back at the 27-yard line. So after that punt, much better effort that time, as it ends up being a 53-yard punt after the roll. And the Mustangs going to be a 53-yard punt official, 43-yard punt official. And the Mustangs will take over at their own 27-yard line, 1st and 10.
Braden Johnson, number 72, is in at right tackle.
He checked in
for Livingston.
Yep, he checked in on that 1st and goal or 2nd and goal play after the injury to Livingston. Braden Johnson was in the game at guard for a couple of plays as well. Snap back, handoff, and room to run for Dela Cruz. Up to the 40, to midfield. Going around the end, he's got the sideline. Is he still in bounds? And he finally gets knocked off balance and out of bounds. Victor Dela Cruz with his biggest carry of the night. Great job on that left side by Travis Mason and Alex Holgan, sealing it off, and also give credit to the freshman who pulled. Hunter Cotto pulled out and got a big block. And we'll see where they mark him out of bounds. They say he stepped out at the 34 of Wakeland. Still a huge run by Victor Dela Cruz. Not quite as big as he thought, but 39 yards is still pretty solid.
Lineman downfield. Carradine was downfield making blocks. Great run. Rumble, young man, rumble.
1st and 10 at the 34-yard line. Snap back, handoff to Parker Polk. Breaking tackles, getting inside the 25. Let's see if they give him the 1st down. They're going to mark him a yard short, so it'll be a 9-yard gain for Polk on 1st down.
It looks to me like this offensive line from the Mustangs have just completely wore out.
Think about it. They have, I don't know the exact numbers, but they have owned time of possession in this game tonight. Partially because Wakeland's 2 touchdowns were on quick hitters. A 72-yard touchdown run and a 69-yard touchdown pass. So, yeah, their defense just has had no time to rest.
No, they've been on the field the whole night, and they've been getting run over.
2nd and a yard. Baum in at quarterback, split back shotgun set.
7-8 players in the box for Wakeland here.
Hand off to Polk up the middle, got room inside the 20. Makes a man miss inside the 15, the 10, trying to go for the pylon. Cuts back to the inside. He's going to get wrapped up short, but he's going to get all the way down to about the 4 or 5 yard line. Is finally coming up to make the stop was number 1 Donovan Woolen, the cornerback, as he finally got Polk out of bounds at the 4 yard line on that play. A gain of 30 yards for Parker Polk.
And Polk gets a much deserved rest as he comes out and gets to sit on the sideline for a play. So we'll see what they're going to do here from the 4.
1st and goal for the Mustangs at the Wolverine 4 yard line, as this new triple option offense of the Mustangs has had a spectacular debut tonight. 8:10 to go here in the ball game. Mustangs trying to punch it in.
Sammy Kelly one-on-one at the top of the screen there.
Snap back, handoff up the middle inside the 5, touchdown. And into the end zone for the touchdown. Number 24, the junior Demontrez Dunn. does the work, gets inside the 5-yard line and splits 2 tacklers and stretches that ball across the goal line and walks it into the corral for the 7th touchdown in 8 possessions for the Mustangs tonight.
Just a dominant performance by the Mustang offense, dominant performance by the Mustang offensive line that we talked about at the top of the show, that senior line outside of the 1 freshman. They've even had a few injuries. They've had to cycle through some other players, but doing a great job up front.
Aiden Rhodes on for the kick with Tate Scarborough holding. Snap is back. Nice corral there. The kick is a low line drive, but it punches through. Great job by Scarborough to secure that hold. And it's 49-14 Grapevine now with 7:56 to go in the ball game. We'll take a break. We'll be back. You're watching Grapevine Mustangs football, presented by Champion Sports Radio and Tradio.
Bottle Cap Alley is a place where hot food meets a cool vibe for big-time fun. We're the stomping grounds for friends and family to gather and enjoy themselves. Here, everybody is somebody. We take great pride in our food and the people we serve. So whether you're here to watch the game or just popping in for a quick bite, we're always happy to see you.
The kick is away. It's high and short, caught around the 30-yard line. Grapevine defenders collapse around the return man, one of the upbacks for the Wolverines. It's number 1 Donovan Woolen, the junior defensive back. That time, Grapevine going back to the pooch kick. It's caught probably around the 29 by Woolen, and he dances his way up to the 37 for an 8-yard return, and that's where the Wolverines will start their next possession.
Brady Boucher had a heck of a hit on that particular kickoff. He came in and laid the smack down on the return man.
1st and 10 for the Wolverines as the Mustangs are in complete control here with just under 8 minutes to go here in the ball game. 49-14 Grapevine as this offense has had a spectacular debut. Rolling to his right is Meyer, looking to throw, and now he's just going to tuck it and get what he can. Latham Wade chases him out of bounds at about the 44-yard line, so it'll be a gain of about 6-7 yards. They're going to say he stepped out at the 43, so a 6-yard gain on 1st down for the quarterback, Brennan Meyer, as Latham Wade chased him out of bounds.
Smart play, nowhere to really go with the football, but Latham Wade, he's a sideline player. He's going to make it tough on you when you're rolling out like that.
2nd and 4 now.
Still in a 3-man front for the Mustang defense. We haven't seen them go to the 4-man front just yet.
Snap back to Meyer. He heaves it down the field, and that pass is going to be caught. What a grab that time by number 2, Ben Patterson, as he went up and basically just went over the head of the defender, number 26, the junior Ryan Hamilton. Hamilton was right there on him, but he wasn't looking back for the ball, and that allowed Patterson to go up and make the grab. A spectacular catch at that time. Meyer basically was getting pressured. He just heaved that ball down the sideline for a huge gain down to the Grapevine 27-yard line.
Yeah, and Hamilton's going to have to learn to look at the receiver. He's just a junior. He'll get better.
Meyer this time, play action pass, looking. He throws it over the middle. It's caught inside the 20 down to the 17 as he finds his safety valve that time, number 5, Ashton Cahooch. As Cahooch makes the grab, gets tackled at the 18-yard line, a gain of 9. That'll set up 2nd and 1 as now you see the, sorry about that, folks, just adjusting the microphone there. You see the Wolverines trying to run with a little tempo right now to see if they can get some things going offensively.
I like the moxie being shown here by Meyer. He's standing in the pocket, and he's still out there giving it his all, down 49-14.
Snap back to Meyer, looking over the middle. Now he's going to fire it towards the end zone, and his receiver stopped on the route. I tell you what, Ashton Cahooch has had a really solid game tonight, but that time he kind of gave up on the play because the quarterback was looking the other way, and when he came back to him, he stopped his route. And if he'd have kept running, I think it would have been a touchdown, but unfortunately he stopped, and poor quarterback, number 9, Brennan Meyer, threw it to where he thought his receiver was going.
I have to agree with you on that. I thought they had a chance to get a touchdown there. receiver stops on his route and the ball just falls to the ground harmlessly.
That sets up a 3rd and 1 now for the Wolverines at the Grapevine 18-yard line. Snap back, handoff, going around the left side. It is going to be barely a first down as he gets to the 17. I tell you what, number 4 Cooper Snyder had to fight for that as he just got strung out to the side on the play. Making the tackle that time was number 26 Ryan Hamilton as he came up and made the stop. Only a 1-yard gain, but fortunately for Cooper Snyder, that's all he needed for the first down.
Yeah, it was a really good play by that front for the Mustangs. They got in really quickly. Thought they were going to make the stop. Just a good effort there.
1st and 10 now at the Grapevine 17. 5.5 minutes to go here in the ballgame. As the Mustangs are on their way to starting off 1-0. Snap back to Meyer. Looking downfield now, he steps up in the pocket, flings it over the middle, and that pass is caught. What a throw, what a grab. Ashton Cahooch just made up for his mistake a couple of plays ago as he split 2 defenders coming across the middle of the end zone, and a beautiful throw as he's running towards the line of scrimmage by number 9, Brennan Meyer.
Yeah, for Meyer to get back there and step up into the pocket and deliver a laser like that
was
this late in the game. I mean, I have a lot of respect for a quarterback that's going to keep on until the end.
That was a strike from Brennan Meyer, and that puts another touchdown on the board, his 2nd touchdown pass of the night for Meyer. Extra point team is on. Snap is back. The kick is up, and the kick is good by the kicker, Jonathan Tripodi. So we'll take a break. It is now 49-21 Grapevine, 5:13 to go in the ballgame. You are watching Grapevine Mustangs football, presented by Champion Sports Radio and Tradio.
Bottle Cap Alley is a place where hot food meets a cool vibe for big-time fun. We're the stomping grounds for friends and family to gather and enjoy themselves. Here, everybody is somebody. We take great pride in our food and the people we serve. So whether you're here to watch the game or just popping in for a quick bite, we're always happy to see you.
Onside kick attempt by the Wolverines, and that thing is going to bound out of bounds. The onside kick that time by Tripodi. He got the bounce he wanted, but it just jumped. That second hop went really high and went over the head of everybody and out of bounds for a penalty. So the Mustangs will take over at the spot where the kick went out of bounds.
So with 5:13 left now, you wonder if Grapevine obviously going to try to run this down as long as they can unless they were to get a big play.
And now Hack Barth is going to come in and get a few more snaps.
Love it.
Tonight, get him some action in this offense. This is exactly what you want.
We've got a bunch of new players on the field.
We got DeMontrez Dunn at one tailback, and at the other tailback spot, I believe that's Reed Watkins, number 34. Yes, it is.
We saw him last year as he came up in the playoffs.
Came up from the JV last year after the injuries. Did a solid job. Snap back, handoff to Watkins. Up the middle, going to get maybe a yard. We spotted that ball at midfield, by the way, after the onside kick attempt. So a yard for Reed Watkins on first down. He'll check out. And checking in now at the tailback spot is number 15, Mason Tatum. At least we think he'll be lining up the tailback. Also checking in is Darius Burns, number 2, the junior wide receiver. Brother of Darion Burns. 2nd and 9 for the Mustangs at the Wolverine 49-yard line, 4:38 counting here in the ballgame. Receiver coming in motion, snap back. It's going to be a handoff to Dunn. Finds some space over the left side, inside the 45, down to the 44, gain of 5 yards. Nice solid run by DeMontrez Dunn. That'll set up a third and manageable, 3rd and 4.
It's a good run, and so far we haven't seen the O-line switch out, so we're still seeing a lot of continuity up
we've
front.
had a couple of injuries tonight, so we've had guys check in and out as it is. I don't think we've seen Garrett Moorhead on the field tonight. He was listed as the starting left guard, and we haven't seen him on the field, so Alex Holgan's been playing the whole game at left guard, and now we've got Braden Johnson at right tackle after the injury to Max Livingston. This time Grapevine comes out in a trips right formation. First time we've seen this tonight. 3rd and 4 from the 44-yard line. Receiver comes in motion, snap back, hand off to Dunn, bouncing it out to the left side, now cutting back up the middle, dancing, trying to find room, and he's going to get about a yard short of the first down. I'll tell you what, it seemed like if he had kept going to the outside, I think he'd have had room to get the first down, but he still almost got it, bouncing it back towards the middle, but was about a yard and a half short, and that's going to make it 4th down and a long yard. We'll see what Grapevine does here. I would think you're probably going to see, you might see Hackbar drop back and try to punt this again. We'll see.
Well, it's really easy for us to see the open lanes from up here, right, without all the big bodies in front of us. But I don't know, if it's me, 4th and 1, I think I go for this here. You're in no man's land. Go ahead and get the first down.
Well, they're definitely lining up as they're going to go for it here. 4th and a long yard. And now we got a false start, and that may make the decision for you.
That could cause you to punt the ball.
Had a couple of guys jump on the right side. Both Holgan and Travis Mason that time jumped. So we'll back this one up 5 yards and just do a straight punt this time.
Yes, sir.
Hayden Rhodes comes on the field to kick this away.
And this would be the first time we've seen Hayden come out to punt the ball.
First time tonight.
We know Hayden's a tremendous athlete, and he will punt the air out of this football coming up.
3:01 to go here in the ball game as the Mustangs lead 49-21. Been a fun night here with the debut of this offense. We're really having a lot of success.
Good crowd. A lot of excitement here tonight.
Yep. Next week, have the home opener. Also on a Thursday night, FYI for those who don't know. High snap, but Rhodes corrals it and gets it away. He's going to get a nice roll on the line drive kick, so it's going to end up looking good. But, man, that was almost disastrous.
Well, we mentioned he's a tremendous athlete. I didn't say that kidding around. The kid can play football. He's a football player, and he goes up and makes that one-handed snatch to be able to kick the ball. Good job.
The snap was high and to the left. He was able to go back, snag it, corral it, and then somehow get the punt underneath the defender coming at him. It was an end-over-end line drive, but he got a great roll. Ends up becoming a 36-yard punt out of what could have been disastrous.
Well, great job. Great job, especially for his first punt of the season. What a one-handed snag there.
Boy, that was fantastic. 1st and 10 for the Wolverines at the 12-yard line. Snap back, pass over the middle to Riordan. Makes the grab, steps out of a tackle, stiff arm, going around the left end. Now he's got room up the sideline to the 30, to the 40, to the midfield stripe, and then finally gets knocked out of bounds by the defense as number 41, Dalton Knapp, caught up to him, and now we got a late flag, and we're going to, I think, get a late push out of bounds. Boy, I tell you what, that is some athletic ability by that big tight end, Trip Riordan, as he stepped out of one ankle tackle and then stiff-armed 2 Grapevine defenders as he went around the left side up the sideline, finally getting knocked out of bounds by Dalton Knapp at about the 42.
He's looking like Travis Kelce out there.
I tell you what, that was a fantastic job.
Well, he's going to have a heck of a future.
46 yards on the catch and run that time by Riordan. We'll see who the flag is on. Looks like it might be against Wakeland.
They did. They called it against Wakeland.
So a little after the play shoving is, not Knapp. I thought it was going to be on Knapp because it looked like he gave him a shove after he'd already stepped out, but then Knapp came back and
they always catch the second guy, Jacob.
They always catch the second guy.
And I do like Riordan's got a lot of fire in him.
He
does. Can tell. He's got D1 athlete written all
100%.
over him, that's for sure.
That was his biggest play of the night. 46 yards, but 15 yards if it comes back. Now it's 1st and 10 from 43. Here comes the blitz from the outside. Meyer steps up, and he is going to get sacked.
Hunter Lasher with the sack. Unbelievable play. He's been blitzing a couple times tonight. He showed it early. He didn't pull out. What a great job by Hunter Lasher, the senior DB, number 25.
Yep, fantastic job by Lasher coming up on the safety blitz and just kept working. The coverage was there downfield. Meyer rolled to his left trying to find somebody, and eventually he got caught behind the line of scrimmage for the sack. It's only a loss of 2, but a great play there by Hunter Lasher. Snap back on 2nd and 12. Meyer fires it deep up the right side. He's got a man. It's caught inside the 30, down inside the 20. Huge gain on 2nd and 12 as Hayden O'Neill, who almost made a spectacular catch earlier and had another big catch in the first half, makes a big grab there. Gets the ball all the way down inside the Grapevine 20 to the 16. Massive gain.
You get the feeling Wakeland would like to go back and restart this game, because without the turnovers, we might have had something a little bit different than what we're seeing now, because this quarterback Meyer can certainly sling the ball all over the field. 43-yard catch and run that time to O'Neill. Sets it up 1st and 10 at the 17-yard line. 1:20 to go here in the ballgame. Here
Snap
comes
back
Hunter
to Meyer.
again.
Here comes the blitz. He lobs it towards the end zone, and that's a wide open touchdown to the SMU commit Trip Riordan, who got lost. A little bit of a coverage bust right there. And Riordan makes the snag for his touchdown, making up for his penalty earlier.
We may see Riordan on Sundays.
We might.
This kid is amazing. He's had not a great night as far as a lot of catches and yards, but when he has had the opportunity, he's made the most of it, and that time gets himself wide open on the corner route. Great separation to give his quarterback a perfect place to throw the football.
So another late score here, another score to kind of make this look a little better. The late score on the touchdown pass to Riordan, who also had a 46-yard catch and run on the drive. Snap back, kick is up. The kick is good. 1:14 to go in the ball game. It's now 49-28 Grapevine. As a couple little things offensively. You're right. This offense for Wakeland, I think if they get some things corrected defensively, they're gonna be able to do some things. This Wakeland Wolverine ball club. They've got some talent, obviously, at the skill positions. They got a good offensive line, so we'll see how they do over the course of the season. Also tonight, this broadcast brought to you by Lone Star Gridiron. Did you play Texas high school football? If you did, then you're part of an elite group, and Lone Star Gridiron wants to honor you. Visit LoneStarGridiron.com/brotherhood for more information. Also brought to you tonight by the Greater Dallas Youth Orchestra. Enjoy a cultural experience with your family without breaking the bank. Go to gdyo.org for more information on the Greater Dallas Youth Orchestra. We mentioned tonight the road opener back at home at Mustang Panther Stadium next week again on a Thursday night, as they'll take on the Azle Hornets. Saw some Azle coaches pulling up tonight when I got here to do some scouting. And the good thing for the Mustangs is, unlike last year, a lot of home appearances. The Mustangs, even though one of them isn't technically a home game, they're going to be at their home stadium for the next 4 ball games, as they've got the next 2 games at home. Another kick, and it's corralled by Caden Cook. Nice job.
Good job.
On that onside kick. Kind of went off his hands, but he stayed with it, pulled it in before the defenders could get to him. Good job by Cook to corral that and give the Mustangs the ball with a chance now to probably just kneel it out. Wakeland has all 3 timeouts. We'll see if they choose to use them, as there's 1:13 to go in the ball game. But next Thursday night, they'll take on the Azle Hornets. Then the 8 days after that, they'll have their final home game of the season as they play Argyle. Very good Argyle ball club year in, year out of Class 4A. They'll be tough. I know their play-by-play guy, Blake Jones, I worked with at the ticket. That'll be a fun night. 1st and 10 for the Mustangs at their own 44 after the recovery by Caden Cook. Connor Hackbarth in, quarterback, handoff, coming around the right side across midfield, inside the 45, and stepping out right about there as DeMontre Dunn. That's not something that.
No.
Now it's a first down. It's a big run. They say he stepped out at the 43, so it's going to be a 13-yard run for Dunn. But Coach Alexander, I guarantee you in film session tomorrow, say, hey, stay in bounds.
100%. I mean, a good run. I like that they're giving the younger guys some ball carries, but hey, you got to stay in bounds, young man. You cannot go out of bounds in this situation.
After the final non-district game against Argyle in 2 weeks, they'll have their bye week. Will the Mustangs, as I think the whole district will have that week off. 1st and 10 at the 43 of the Wolverines. Shotgun snap back, handoff again to Dunn, going around the right side. This time he's staying in bounds, cutting back towards the middle of the field, doing a good job, because that's more important here. You're going to lose a yard, but you're going to keep the clock running, and that's what the most important thing was. So nice job that time by Dunn to have his head in the game right there.
Perfectly fine. Lesson learned on the first carry. I bet he won't do that again.
Wakeland choosing not to use their timeouts here. So after the bye week in a couple of weeks, then we'll start district play on the 23rd, and we'll have a home game against the Northside Steers out of Fort Worth ISD, and then the rivalry matchup, while you're technically the road team, the Colleyville Heritage Panthers back in the same district with the Grapevine Mustangs to make that game mean even more.
Certainly an exciting night that night.
Under 20 seconds, snap back, handoff this time to Reed Watkins, who powers his way. He's in the
good
open
job.
field.
There he goes.
Inside the 25, breaking tackles inside down to the 20 and the 18, 17-yard line. Look at Reed Watkins taking advantage of the opportunity, busting one open. Took that ball all the way down. They're going to mark him at the 17-yard line, 27-yard scamper as this ball game is going to come to an end. The Mustangs and their new look offense come out in spectacular fashion tonight, scoring on their first 6 possessions to punch it into the end zone, or excuse me, first 5 possessions to punch it into the end zone, take a lead that they would never relinquish. And they win their season opener tonight over the Wakeland Wolverines by a final score of 49-28. We'll be back here with the Infinity Solar postgame show. You are watching Grapevine Mustangs football, presented by Champion Sports Radio and Tradio.
Do you feel your home is too humid and slightly musty? Do you have that room or side of the house you don't use because it's too hot or too cold? Do you have family members struggling with health issues or allergies? Then contact Energy Attic and transform your living spaces by transforming your attic. Energy Attic uses a 3-part energy reduction system to make your home or office as comfortable and energy efficient as possible, saving you money, reducing your carbon footprint, and improving indoor air quality. Who doesn't want to save money, breathe cleaner air, and sleep better? Energy Attic helps improve your home climate control, reduces those cold and hot pockets, makes it more comfortable throughout, and saves you up to 40% on your energy bill. It's fast and easy to schedule your free Energy Attic audit. Simply visit energyattic.com and fill out the form. Virtual appointments are available as well. Now is the time to get your project started, so let Energy Attic show you how much you can love the comfort of your home. energyattic.com. Attic solutions to transform your life.
There's a time and a place for everything.
As you'll see, projections for the next quarter are...
He shoots, he scores! 2 points for team middle management. The office is not one of them.
Jack, can I see you in my office?
No pouting, it's your ball. Let's see what you got.
But Whirly Ball is. For corporate events, team building, and private parties, Whirly Ball in Hearst and Plano is electric fun. Test your skills on the arcade games. Zip around in your Whirly Bug for a Whirly Ball competition. Or play the most affordable laser tag in the city. Learn more at whirlyball.info.
Lean in to the values that got you here. They don't change, no matter the storm, no matter the trouble. When the time comes to sell your vehicle, we'll buy it for full market value, not a penny less. That's pricing true to Texas. It's the right way. This is Texas. This is classic. True market value for your vehicle. Classic Chevrolet. Relax and enjoy the difference.
Each year across the United States, young lives are lost to sudden cardiac arrest, and our communities are left to pick up the pieces. That's what happened in April of 2009 when Zachary Schraw lost his life to an undiagnosed heart condition after collapsing suddenly during a Plano East Senior High School football practice. After his death, Zach's loved ones knew it was time to take action to protect young hearts across North Texas from this silent killer. Since its establishment in 2009, Living for Zachary has impacted thousands of families by providing heart screenings for ages 12 to 22, donating AEDs to youth-based organizations, and training community members in the use of CPR, all with the goal of saving lives. Sudden cardiac arrest doesn't wait, so we can't either. Schedule your child's heart screening today, apply for an AED for your organization, or make a donation that could change a life forever. Together, we can give our children's hearts a second chance. Join the movement to save young hearts at livingforzachary.org today.
Welcome back to Toyota Stadium in Frisco, Texas, where your final score tonight in the season opener for the Grapevine Mustangs. Your Mustangs defeat the Wakeland Wolverines by a final score of 49-28. This is the Infinity Solar post-game show. Jacob Dedamore here along with my broadcast partner Tim Smith, and we're getting the stats collected for you for the final numbers of the evening. But I tell you what, Tim, we came in tonight. We knew this was going to be a new-look offense. We were, new quarterbacks as well. Everything kind of new on the offensive side of the ball, despite having experienced players. Good Lord. Sorry about that. But I tell you what, you could not ask for much better of a debut for this offense, and it's exactly what Mike Alexander was hoping to see.
Oh, I'm sure this is what he wanted to see. He thought it would be a little bit rough for them starting out. It wasn't 5 for 5 in that first half. He came out in the second half. We were only stopped, the one time where they tried to quick kick. We expected names like Parker Polk and Latham Way and Hunter Lasher to have big nights, and Victor Dela Cruz, and they all actually came in and produced and had big nights. That offensive line for Grapevine is going to be a problem for everyone that they play against.
We're going to have to see what happened with some of the injuries tonight. We initially thought Garrett Moorhead was going to start at left guard. He ended up not playing at all tonight. And then in the fourth quarter of the ball game, unfortunately, Max Livingston, the starting right tackle, went down with what looked like a pretty significant injury. We're not sure what happened in the middle of the pipe. May have just gotten rolled up on. We're not sure, but he had to be helped off the field and really couldn't put any weight on that leg that he hurt. So you just got to cross your fingers on that. That would really kind of thin things out a little bit on that offensive line. But you're right. They had a dominant night up front and really did just about anything they wanted to offensively.
They really did. They ran the ball well. They threw the ball well when they did throw the ball, which wasn't often. But when they did, they were able to connect and get first downs and touchdowns. The run game, when they did figure out, Wakeland that is, to make an adjustment, Grapevine made an adjustment, and it was a chess match there for a little while, and Grapevine won that through and through.
Yeah, and you have to give credit to Wakeland. They did make some good adjustments. They only allowed 2 touchdowns in the second half and did a good job of much better assignment football, not allowing anybody to just get loose in the open field, and we're able to now Grapevine was still able to score a couple touchdowns, but they really had to earn it for the most part. That 93-yard drive took a long time and had a lot of plays, and they forced Grapevine into some third down conversions that they executed, but at the same time they did a much better job. On the other side of the ball, there's definitely going to be some corrections on the defensive side of the ball for Grapevine, because now this is, as we've seen tonight for the Wolverines, an offense that has some very good skill position players and a lot of talent. But Wakeland was able to do some things moving the ball. Grapevine made up for it with turnovers.
Yeah, turnovers to me were the story of this game. I think Wakeland had 4 turnovers, if I'm not mistaken.
3 technically, they don't count. I'm kind of like you. A turnover on downs to me should count as a turnover, but technically it's not.
So 3 actual turnovers, the 2 interceptions, the big fumble with the peanut
huge
punch down
play
here,
in the third quarter,
which really and truly turns around, and you have a 97-yard drive that is a backbreaker and really puts the game out of reach. So you got to give kudos to the Grapevine defense for creating those turnovers. That's something Wakeland's going to want to work on throughout the year, but Grapevine needs to continue to do that, get those turnovers, and then control the ball with that running game like they did tonight.
Most definitely, at least in my opinion, the biggest play of the second half. Most definitely. I don't know if you could say it's the play of the game, but definitely the play of the second half was that punch-out fumble from behind by number 25, Hunter Lasher. Or was it? Yeah, it was Hunter Lasher who made that play, or was it Nelson?
I think it was Nelson that made the play.
It was Nelson.
But you have to think about this.
One of the captains, Drew Nelson, came up and made that play and punched the ball out, because at that point in the game, it's 35-14, but that was a huge play. It was about to be 1st and goal Wakeland in the middle of the third quarter, and they're about to have a chance to. Yeah, if he doesn't make that play, Drew Nelson, it's good chance that Wakeland punches it in and makes it a 2-score game midway through the third.
And for Hackmark to come in, he came in a couple plays into that drive because something that happened to Evan Baum looked like maybe an ankle roll, or we hate to speculate, but he goes out, Hackmark comes in, drives him right down the field. 2 big completions to Kelly on that drive, 1 for the touchdown, obviously. They took up the entire half of the third quarter and a little piece of the fourth quarter, so time off the clock. You didn't allow for Wakeland to score the touchdown. You pull farther out ahead. and just put the game out of reach.
Yeah, just a great job by Hunter Hackbarth coming in and leading this offense in his first action of the night, leading this offense for 92 of those 97 yards down the field, and on that long, time-consuming drive, and finishing it off with a beautiful touchdown pass in the back corner of the end zone on a fantastic catch by Sammy Kelly. You know, just a great all-around effort by everybody on the offensive side of the ball. I don't want to knock the defense too much. They gave up some yards, some big plays, but they also made some really good plays around the line of scrimmage, slowing down that Wakeland running game. And then, as we talked about, just doing a good job of being opportunistic and forcing those turnovers. I mean, those two interceptions in the first half were massive. When you had two different defensive backs step in front of receivers and pick passes off to kill drives and allow their offense to get some distance.
Yeah, because they were moving up and down the field without a question. Myers, a very capable quarterback. He was moving his team. He just made a couple of errors there. Let's not forget about the play right before halftime as well, where last year was able to get up and knock that ball away.
Got a hand on a ball.
That could have easily been a touchdown and changed the feel of the game going into halftime. So a lot of big plays for you to look at. Good team win. I think when they go back to watch film, they'll definitely see some things that they need to work on. But I think at the end of the day, they're going to be able to go home tonight and celebrate a really good team win.
Let's go over some of the numbers here for tonight's ball game. As tonight, again, it was an offensive showcase, especially in the first half. Grapevine ends up tonight with 629 yards of total offense, 538 of that on the ground. This triple option offense runs for 5 bills in their debut tonight. Individually, you know, the passing game was very efficient. The two quarterbacks, Evan Baum and Harrison Hackbarth. I kept calling him Connor. I am sorry about that. I kept saying – I just realized I kept calling him Connor. Harrison Hackbarth. Sorry, young Mr. Hackbarth, and to the Hackbarth family for saying your name wrong. The two of them combined were 6 of 8 passing tonight for 91 yards and 2 scores.
We'll take that.
Baum was 4 of 6 for 51 yards, a touchdown, and on that one drive, Hackbarth came in, went 2 of 2 for 40 yards in the score. On the ground, obviously that's where the damage was done. Parker Polk, 20 carries, 198 yards, and a score. Evan Baum, nearly all of this was in the first half before he got dinged a little bit. Ends up with 10 carries, 119 yards, and 2 scores. C.J. Holmes, 2 carries for 58 yards and a score. Victor Delacruz, they still have on the Dallas Morning News website, they have one of his longest carry assigned to Major Hecht, which is not correct. But Victor Delacruz tonight had 13 carries for 89 yards. And then DeMontrez Dunn, 11 for 41 and a score. Reed Watkins had that big 27-yarder towards the end of the game. You know, Sammy Kelly tonight was great. Officially 2 catches for 40 yards and a score. Nearly made a fantastic catch on the sideline as well. That would have been a huge play. Rondell Carradine in the first half had a couple of catches for 35 yards and a score, and Hank Miller and Parker Polk both contributed scores. On the other side, for the Wolverines, again, they showed a lot on offense, and they're going to be a successful team. 460 yards of total offense, 341 passing, and 119 rushing. Brennan Meyer, 14 of 24, 341, and 3 scores, but those 2 interceptions in the first half really were just so massive. Yeah, I mean, they were kind of pump fake interceptions where he was trying to wait on his guy. Cooper Snyder, they really shut him down in the second half. He had over 100 yards at halftime, ends up with only 14 for 120 after having about 112 in the first half. So they really shut him down in the second half to Grapevine. He also had a score. Hayden O'Neill had big plays tonight, 4 for $118. Ben Patterson, 2 for 99 and a score. Tripp Riordan, that very athletic SMU committed tight end, that kid's a problem. 4 catches for 92 yards and a score. And then Ashton Kahooch, another athletic skill position player, 4 for 32 and a score. You know, there's a lot of talent on this field tonight, and Grapevine just did a great job of out-executing their opponent.
They again, a fantastic team win. And I'd like to give everybody out there some hope because I'm looking across the field, and there's Livingston, who came out earlier, couldn't really get on his own feet. He is standing up on his own. He's walking back and forth, talking to his family on the other side.
It's good to see.
So we're going to hope that he's okay because he's a big piece of this.
Yeah, definitely, and that is a good sign that he's over there under his own power right now, talking to some supporters over there on the far sideline. So that is very good to see. We'll get a report on him next week. So that's going to wrap it up for us here tonight at Toyota Stadium in Frisco as the Grapevine Mustangs really start things off in fantastic fashion. Thank you to our sponsors tonight for this broadcast: 121 Community Church, Chip Mercer Dentistry, Classic Chevrolet, Bottle Cap Alley, Prosperity Bank, ER of Texas, and Hotel Vin. Our network sponsors Energy Attic, Greenleaf Roofing, Whirly Ball, livingforzachary.org, Lone Star Gridiron, and the Greater Dallas Youth Orchestra. Thank you also to our Tradio team led by Trey Bell and his production staff, doing a great job tonight, and the first time we've done this just straight video broadcast. Some good things to come this season for Grapevine football. For my broadcast partner, Tim Smith, my name is Jacob Dedamore. Your final score once again tonight from Toyota Stadium in Frisco, Texas. The Grapevine Mustangs win their season opener to go to 1-0 by beating the Wakeland Wolverines 49-28. We will see you next Thursday night from Mustang Panther Stadium for the home opener for the Grapevine Mustangs as they take on the Hazel Hornets. Good night, everybody. Have a great weekend, and go Mustangs.